cover Game 5 Tuesday night. Will we see a rebound from the Suns or a Mavs lead in the series? We look back at Game 5, give our thoughts on what to look forward to for Game 6. Miami-Philadelphia series update, around the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL playoffs, and more. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/delivery info.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
What do a 450-year-old author and a bottle of 4 times distilled vodka have in common? Let's compare Shakespeare, shall we? Shakespeare, the man, the epitome of playwriting, the OG of live theater, the standard by which all others are compared. Shakespeare, the vodka, an original Polish spirit crafted from a recipe 12 centuries old with an unwavering attention to smoothness and purity, the standard by which all others should be compared. Maybe they're not so different after all. Shakespeare Vodka is the Shakespeare of vodkas.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Before we start the show, I got to warn you guys, I got to prepare you. I think our radio station is headed for a scandal.
Excuse me?
I would imagine there'll be a lot of reporters, people asking questions, and this could be a dark day for this radio station. So
please explain.
You might want to prepare yourself for what might come next. I was posting the Daily Blender video feed on our Fanatic page, and I scrolled by and I saw that the main event there with Big Steve, he's got a graphic there promoting incest, and it's just not right.
What?
I'm sorry. What now?
Yes. Say that again.
I don't. Yeah, like I said, there's going to be a lot of questions. We've got to be careful of the legalese here, but there is a graphic promoting incest. So here's what it is. It's got a brother and sister cozying up to each other while a couple of robots are standing there going, "Ooh, this is uncomfortable." And the one saying, "Oh, R2, we should probably leave and give them some time." And it's not good.
Oh, man.
Believe it's from that pornographic movie called Star Wars.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
And that's Luke and Laura, standing there, and their brother and sister, for Christ's sakes. And this is the kind of smut that we need on our social media, everybody.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
A,
It's
they
a
are
dad-
brother and
sad day.
sister. B, they did not know that at the
Yeah.
time.
They made out.
They did not know that. Well, I know, but you got
That's
to
an
listen to me.
uncomfortable
Try to follow along with me here, Jeff.
It ain't right.
They did not know that at that time. When they found out, their whole relationship changed.
Yeah, you see how C-3PO standing there next to R2. He's like kind of tapping him, going, "We gotta go.
No,
I can't be around."
you got to believe now. It's not a pornographic movie.
No,
It's one of the
because
great scientific
the robots
movies.
knew. The
Yeah,
robots
science
knew.
fiction.
That's
No,
the thing. That
no,
they had to
no,
because R2
no,
was
no,
around with Darth
well,
Vader
okay,
was
all right.
knocking up old Natalie
Yeah,
Portman.
okay,
and
all right.
C-3PO was
Yeah,
there too.
okay,
Those robots knew, Randy.
But listen, the bottom line is they're droids, and Luke and Laura. Was it Luke and Laura? No,
Luke and
Leia. Luke and Leia. Luke and Laura
The
is from
girl
something
with the
else.
cinnamon buns on her head.
Yeah. Anyway, the bottom line is they did not know that, and they were not going to take advice from R2D2, and he's not supposed to interrupt. The bottom line is they didn't know at that time. That's not incest. They didn't know.
That's creepy as hell. I'm just going to say, but we all know now, and I
boy.
can only imagine the authorities will be coming soon, and there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable questions they need answers.
Wouldn't they go for George Lucas first? Because, he made it.
Well, it's on our radio station site. Okay. So, okay. So
I'm just they still sell the movie. It's on the Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I feel like
time.
they'd come for other people before they came for us. That's all I'm
So
saying.
that's how it is with the Jedi. All right. 888-368-1580. Just saying, just be ready. There's probably going to be all sorts of legal action. Just be prepared for it. If you don't want to answer questions, just don't answer the phone. Don't come to the door. There's going to be an absolute torrent of just, this is going to go bad for us.
Just a real downpouring of problems.
Probably should all go and get on Indeed and LinkedIn and clean up our resumes because it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
It's going to get bad.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I ain't going down like that.
And
I'm not going back to prison, bitches. Wait, sorry. 888-368-1580.
Back to prison.
Let's go to the text line. Boomer Sooner says, "Good day, Jeffrey. Good day, Blender Nation. Jeffrey, this is a public service announcement to Blender Nation. Today is National Fentanyl Awareness Day. Ooh, free samples. No, he says stay away from the pills, kids. Oh, okay. All right.
That's good advice.
Yeah, all right. I had no idea because I was actually told it was something else. I was told it was National Receptionist Day, but since we don't have a receptionist, then the alternate would be it's National Eat What You Want Day.
Well, it isn't. Wait a minute. Isn't Izzy from the morning show? Isn't he he's the receptionist too, isn't he?
Yeah, he receives a lot of crap from Bruce and Dale. I don't think that makes him a receptionist.
Well, I mean, he's a receiver.
No, yeah, we don't have one. We just don't need one. When
Still
COVID
think we
hit,
should take Izzy out to lunch to celebrate this.
That'd be an insult because he's a producer. He's a grown ass man, Randy. He's not a receptionist.
Sort of the receptionist.
Not really even. Why don't you getting this? So it's National Eat What You Want Day, and I was kind of looking at the things people say that they just eat what they want on that day, and it's basically just trash food. So here's the question: what's your favorite trash food? You know what I mean? Me, corn dogs. I'll eat corn dogs at a gas station. I'll eat corn dogs out of the freezer. It's a quick and easy thing to do, but I know it's wrong and I shouldn't do it. That's my favorite trash food. How about you, Keon?
That's a good trash food. I'm gonna go pizza. You've got your good quality stuff, but I will eat any pizza. And that is
it's not trash food. Pizza is a healthy alternative.
Some pizza can be really great. Like Barrow's Pizza, that's a quality. That's a quality pizza.
That's a quality piece of pizza right there.
You're talking like $1 microwave pizza from the store.
Yeah,
is your trash food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I will eat any pizza in any quantity.
I forgot Tostino's pizza rolls.
Oh my God,
that is one of my favorite trash
you know
food.
what? That's boy.
I just sit there and eat them, and I'm like, I'm dying. As I every bite is another day closer to death.
I finished a bag once, and I
You finished a bag of
guilty.
pizza rolls?
Listen, it
well,
was.
You can't eat half a bag. It's weird.
It was last year. Was it last year? I don't know. Maybe it was a couple years ago. It was opening day for baseball, and just had all the games on, and it was just pizza rolls constantly while I watched hours and hours of baseball.
That's good.
It was great, but also like
you're gonna die.
I had heartburn like you wouldn't believe.
Literal heartburn.
Yeah, my heart was on fire, screaming, in fact.
So, Randy, what's your favorite trash food?
I'm just sitting here trying to think as I listen to you guys. I don't know.
He's like,
Trash
it's all food to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat like crappy food. I mean, I have, the pizza every once in a while. I'll have the Mexican food, but I guess the trash food would be like Taco Bell.
Oh, come on, man. That's good food. Here, let me give you some examples.
I can't think of any trash food that I eat.
Let me give you some examples of what the people said on Reddit. Okay.
All right.
Gas station hot dogs, or really anything they sell hot at 7-Eleven. Ramen noodles, the kind that comes in a pouch and costs 50 cents. Sorry, Keon. American cheese
I like
slices.
the fancy stuff. So
just sitting there eating American cheese slices out of the package.
Okay. I've done that.
I haven't done that since I was a kid.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Boxed macaroni and cheese. Pop-Tarts, extra props if you don't even bother toasting them. It's what my wife.
Wait.
My wife and I have started eating untoasted Pop-Tarts. I did not realize that was considered trash food.
I didn't realize that either. I've been eating untoasted Pop-Tarts.
I've
always eaten untoasted Pop-Tarts. I don't think I've ever toasted Pop-Tarts, actually, at any point in my life.
Now my wife is going to find out that's trash food, and she went today. I got a big ass box of them. She's like, "Oh, it's only $6 because usually they're more expensive for the small boxes." And I'm like, "All right, okay, I'm not going to complain." Marie Callender's frozen pot pies. What are you talking about? That seems like good food, right there.
That comes from the Marie Callender's, man. What's trashy about that?
I don't know.
Remember, it's not like white trash food. It's just trashy food, is what they're saying. Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. What's wrong with the cinnamon
roll? The hell's wrong with those?
I mean, they're not good for you as in healthy, but they're tasty. It's a tasty
food.
It's
not trash food.
All right, so here's the ones that do start to make sense. Bologna, Slim Jims, Spam. That makes sense. Okay. Bagel Bites. We've already talked about Tostina pizza rolls. Hot Pockets. And then you're right, Randy. Everything on the menu at Taco Bell was on the list. Everything. All right. So how about now? Did anything come to mind? Is there any like you feel guilty eating it? Like sitting there eating like I'll eat a whole sleeve of them old chocolate donuts or something. You get it the.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that in high school.
So what is it now? What is the one you're kind of like, trash?
Well, I will occasionally snap into a Slim Jim.
Those are greasy. Yeah, and you're like, they snap, but then you're like, it's greasy in my mouth. It's kind of not right,
I mean, kind of, but
still good.
If you're in the mood for some Slim Jims, I mean, it's going down.
If it was good enough for Randy Macho Man Savage, it's good enough for me.
Ooh,
that's what I'm going to say. Ukla Mox is happy. Hump day. Got off early and I'm feeling good. Good for you, Ukla. Mr. Wilbur says, my sister is Jennifer Lopez, and trust me, boys, I am standing very close to her right now.
Excuse me?
I think all of that is a lie. Thunder Snow says, happy Whiskey Wednesday, gentlemen. Go Suns. And actually, Jeffrey, that's why they call it Star Whores. Why do you think they called her Leia? Okay, easy does it.
Stop it.
Berg says, Suns in 7. Well, why not Suns in 6?
Yeah, it's just
if they can't beat the Mavericks at home, they can't win a finals, championship. They can't. They won't make it.
In a bit, I have some audio from Luka Doncic.
Okay,
I want to play for you.
All right.
I don't have it right now. I need to go get it.
Go get it because you have time. Yeah, we're getting ready to talk about it, but I got some more text to read here.
Let me go get
it. Boogie says someone gave me 2 tickets for a Coldplay concert going on tomorrow.
Now that's trash food.
Yeah, that is not a friend. That is an enemy. That is somebody who hates you. He says, I have no idea what to do with these. Do you know how drunk I would need to be to go watch Coldplay?
On purpose?
Can you scalp them?
Very drunk.
Can you scalp them? I mean, listen, Gwyneth Paltrow couldn't even stand the lead singer of Coldplay. What makes you think you're going to be able to? And because she is insufferable. Kiss the Cook says, pizza rolls deep fried. Ooh.
Okay, haven't had
Never even thought of deep frying them. He says, best gas station hot dogs is Jackson's. Add the chili and nacho cheese sauce. I'd slap my mama for one right now. I feel like you should be kept away from your mom. Also says, rest in peace, Bob Lanier. And I wonder if Luke and Leia are related to Jerry Lee Lewis. That would, if they were cousins, you could even give them a half a pass. They're brother and sister, and the force is strong in these two. Don't act like they didn't know. Pro Dog says it's hard to get the perfect temperature on pizza rolls. It's either a little cold or scald the roof of your mouth hot. Guess what? You have to have patience. You cook them, you set them there, and you just give it a second. You give it a second.
Or eat them as soon as they come out of the oven and then taste and experience the entire spectrum from burning your mouth to this could be warmer.
It's a bad idea because then later on, when you're at the burn unit, you won't taste anything again for a while. Mr. Pringle says his trash food is McDonald's, maybe donuts. Fish Tank says, I'm down with the Spam and the Slim Jims. I did just get a triple stack from Wendy's. Does that count? No, that's just good food. You got to be careful. We're talking about stuff you know is wrong. Triple stack from Wendy's is just tasty. Some of these things they had even on the list that people said, I disagree with wholeheartedly. So, no, some of this is just damn good food.
If you put gas station hot dog in the same league as triple stack from Wendy's, I don't know. We don't see eye to eye on things. That's just.
Take a gander at a hamburger from QT and then a gander at a hamburger from Wendy's and then get back to me. Fifth letter says, I told you the Suns would win by 13 plus. Yeah, but you didn't even know they'd be by as much as it was. It says they'll close it out tomorrow, winning in a close game that comes down to free throws. Prediction by fifth letter, Suns win tomorrow by 4. Boogie says QT's breakfast cheddar jalapeno sausage rolls, they are so good. That entire sentence just gave me an ulcer. QT breakfast cheddar jalapeno sausage roll. That's when you're involved in a murder investigation and the coroner is like, you're not going to believe what I found in this guy. He deserved to die, I think.
Time of death was long before he got shot.
Time of death was the napkin dab. That was the time of death.
The napkin dab.
Yeah, it was already over. He was dead before he'd hit the floor. I love chorizo, and I wonder if my wife considers that like trash food. She's the one that introduced it. It's very good food. See, you can have very good food that's just bad for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it's trash food. So I think there should be a
distinction there.
Yeah. So you have your audio ready yet, Randy? Because
I've got my audio. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Go ahead. We can start talking about it. Go ahead.
Well, everybody knows what happened. A 30-point blowout by the Phoenix Suns over the Dallas Mavericks. And and we said, well, what happened? Well, there were adjustments. Why weren't those adjustments made in game 4? Why did we wait till game 5 when you knew you needed to make those adjustments after game 3? So that's the thing that kind of pops into my mind, unless Monty was just like, wait for it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No.
But
well, because maybe he just gave it a game to play out and see, like, is this as bad as?
Because you can afford it. You can afford a game to play out.
Well, no, because
playoffs.
Because if your team can actually, figure out a way to stay with the original game plan and play that way, then yeah, you not that you can afford it, but that kind of like I'm going to let my
been
team,
adjustments game 4.
I'm going to let my team figure this out first, and then okay, it doesn't work. Here are the tweaks we have to make.
See, I don't think it was adjustments as much as, look at a couple of things. DeAndre Ayton had 20 points. He almost had a double-double last night. He played terrific. You got some perimeter shooting from the Phoenix Suns you did not have in Dallas. I don't know why they didn't shoot well in Dallas. They just didn't. I don't know why DeAndre Ayton didn't play well in Dallas. He just didn't.
I
but
think
now
the foul trouble is what got him.
We've got to go back to Dallas, and we have to play the kind of game we played last night. It was sharp. And also in Dallas, it looked like the team was jet lagged, which they shouldn't be. It's just a 3-hour flight to Dallas from Phoenix. And these guys, they fly in like a private, they're not on commercial airlines where they're sitting in the back, with like peanuts. And can I have the whole can of Coke instead of just half?
Jet lag 3 days later, though.
That's,
First game,
that's what I'm talking about. Well,
game 4?
Yeah, but I can't even see jet lag in Dallas from Phoenix.
It's 45 minutes on a good plane.
That's what Randy was saying. It's a short flight. There's no reason for that.
Well,
that's what it looked like.
It's not 45 minutes. It's a good 2.5, 3 hours, depending on what's going on. But still, these guys are, they have great accommodations. They just looked sloppy in Dallas. Last night, they looked like their hair was on fire, and they were out to send a message. And they did send a message.
And they defended the guys on the perimeter, which is what we were talking about, yesterday. Dorian Finney-Smith, 8 points. Reggie Bullock, 0 for 5, no points.
Okay,
Dwight
so
Powell, no points.
That bears the question. Did the Suns figure them out, or did the Mavericks just have a bad night of shooting? Because that was the missing link for the Mavericks. They were not making their shots. They were a brick-o-matic. They were not getting the kind of looks. Now, credit to the Suns. They did play a different kind of defense, but they had looks, they had shots, nothing was falling for them. So you could just say, Mavericks just had a bad night if you're trying to look at it on their side.
It's a combination of the two, because in game 4 in Dallas, you have to come away from that thinking, if you're Monty Williams and the Suns, they're not going to shoot that well again. Okay. They made 23s. That is, we're getting near playoff record territory when you make 20 of them. Last night they made 8. So they're not going to shoot and make just 8 again. The part of that was the Suns made those threes harder to shoot. And yeah, they still had looks. Reggie Bullock missed a 3. He was wide open. It didn't go down. But there were plenty of shots that were tougher than they were in games 3 and 4. And that's the stuff you love to see.
Speaking of the pool noodle guy, Bullock, is he okay? Because he looked like he had tweaked his knee pretty bad, and he left the game. But I think it was like the third quarter or something. And I didn't realize this, but it was Chris Paul who basically got that guy his start back when he was a kid. I heard the announcers talking about it. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. But he looked like he tweaked his leg a little bit. That's the guy with the pool noodle sticking out his head, Randy. 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says, if you didn't watch the game, you'll assume they just mashed Dallas. The bench at halftime was still clinching a bit. Third quarter, 30-something point run was where it got away. Yeah, that's a good point. The first half of the game, it was they were going toe to toe. Dallas was doing fine. Phoenix was doing fine. There wasn't a difference in game 3, 4, or 5 until the third and fourth quarter of this game. So I don't feel all that comfortable or confident about this. Everybody says, they'll close it out on Thursday. Yeah, I'm a little worried about this one.
I'm not too worried about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Keon.
I was going to say I'm not too worried, just because if you just look at the Suns throughout this entire season, third quarter is when they do their work. That's just third quarter, early fourth quarter is when they've gotten down to brass tacks in just about every game they've played this year. So I just think that when you look at what's coming up game 6, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it's going to go again. But you can't allow the snowball effect of one guy making a shot, getting confidence, giving those shooters life. That's really what I saw in games 3 and 4. Well, if it happens in game 6, it's going to be a tough sledding.
Game 1 and 2, a lot like game 5. True or false? Game 1 and 2, a lot like game 5.
Oh, I think they're worlds apart.
No, there were struggles in the earlier parts of those games, and then the Suns pulled away. They had a 24, 27-point lead, I believe, in game 2. To me, all the home games for the Suns look very, very similar. And so that worries me about what's going to happen in Dallas on the next game. They have to overcome this. I'm going to say, again, if the Suns can't win in Dallas, they will not win the championship. That is my prediction. And I hate to give you a negative one, but I mean, we've seen, all 5 of these games, and we've seen them struggle against the lowly Pelicans, which they weren't so lowly, really, let's be honest. But if you can't put these guys away on their home court 1 out of 3 times, I don't have a lot of faith in them winning the championship. I don't have a lot of faith in them getting past the Warriors.
I still have a lot of faith in them winning a championship, if for no other reason than they've got a home court advantage all the way through.
Well, there's that plus.
If they continue to win, that's why you have the best record in the league, to give yourself that opportunity that, hey, role players from other teams play better when they're at home. And so I do expect Dallas to shoot the basketball a whole lot better when they go back to Dallas. It's how much better. If they make 11, 12 threes, the Suns can win that game. If they allow 20 again, no, it can't win that.
I don't mean to be the negative Nancy, but we've all been watching the same games, and you understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Let's pick this up when we come back. We're running late. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
After a win against the Mavericks yesterday, the Phoenix Suns are one win away from advancing to the next round of the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors, with a win tonight against Memphis, they could advance, and those two teams have the best odds to win the NBA championship this year. The Warriors are paying out at plus 200. The Phoenix Suns are right behind them at plus 240. After that, Celtics pay out at plus 440. The Heat at plus 550. The Bucks at plus 800. And the 76ers at plus 3,000. Bucks and Celtics tonight. Boston favored by 5.5. Warriors and Grizzlies. Golden State favored by 4. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights.
We're going to tear it up tonight.
Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader.
Yes, yes, yes!
Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com. Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contests, prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is your exclusive home for the 6-time world champion Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers.
All right, listen up.
Tune in to The Fanatic for all the fast-paced, hard-hitting action. Listen as the Rattlers work toward the playoffs and their 7th world championship in team history.
Let's keep it going.
Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Davey Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I don't want to be a negative voice when it comes to my Phoenix Suns. I am rooting them on. I'm hoping for the best, but I've not liked what I've seen in this series. It was hard enough to see them struggle with the Pelicans, and I thought, wow, look at this. The Mavericks ought to be a nice cruise through, and they haven't been. And what I can accept it if the other team steps up and they just kick your ass. Oh, wow, we really underestimated them. Okay, well, better luck next year, right? What is hard for me is to see the Suns prison girlfriend slap them in the first 2 games and then get prison girlfriend slapped back in the next 2 games and then go back and prison girlfriend slap them again. That sort of inconsistency gives me great pause.
I don't know. I wouldn't read that much into it because you are playing another playoff team. I expect them to make adjustments at home. And in the case of game 3 and game 4, I thought Jason Kidd kind of did a good job at expecting or anticipating what Monty was going to try and do, and was able to get that second game. And I just really thought the Suns weren't great playing on the perimeter. They turned the ball over too much, like a lot of really uncharacteristic things for this team. They weren't great scoring in transition that they were able to wrap up in game 5 that I think I would assume you can carry into game 6. I don't see Chris Paul having the turnover disaster that he did in games 3 and 4. That transition scoring is really huge for the Suns. I expect them to continue to do that well, because that's more in line with the team that I watched play 82 games and be dominant.
Wing Guru says, couldn't agree more, Jeffrey. Championship teams find ways to win on the road. And you're right. Pelicans are a tough out, and they got that game 6 on the road. Time for history to repeat itself now in the postseason. Here. Listen, just because I am seeing something and commenting on it and feeling a little bit worried about it doesn't mean I'm just, oh, good God, please make me wrong. Please make me wrong. I want to see them win this game. I'm just saying, if they don't win this game, I'm going to lose, some confidence in this. Wing Guru, thank you for that. Blissful Hayes says NBA's rigged, just like the WWE. It's all about the money. Okay, good to hear from you. There's always that guy, right?
Yep.
There is always that guy.
Never
Kiss
fails.
the Cook says Suns were on fire last night. Who poured hot sauce on their nuts? Yeah, that's the thing. I guess at home they have the Dallas Mavericks figured out, but I guess in Dallas it's a mystery.
Well, I don't know if it's a mystery. I'd love to see if these defensive adjustments and the switches that they made, where they really didn't allow too many matchups where it was Luka on somebody Luka could just dominate. And then if he is in the paint and he is on somebody, keep your arms straight up. Don't foul him. Don't allow him to draw fouls on you, and stay at home on those shooters. I'm interested in seeing if that carries back to Dallas now, moving forward.
Santa's number one helper says at the most 3-hour flight to Dallas. By the way, third quarter stellar defense that needs to carry on to win. Cabana says, try to eat just one mint Oreo dipped in your coffee some morning. What?
Are we talking about bad foods again?
I guess. Donnie says any Mexican food at a Berto's, that is trash, but good when you need it. Filiberto's, Rigoberto's, whatever. All the Bertos. All the Bertos.
Yeah.
Charlie Boy says happy hump day, guys. Star Wars is not porn, Jeffrey. Randy, pour me a soda, please, and thank you. Poor Charlie Boy. Some of these will be jokes. Ukla says maybe Maroon 5 and Nickelback are warming up for Coldplay. Maybe Radio Powell will buy them off you. Yeah,
it'd be like the trifecta of the worst night ever for Jeffrey.
If you want me to experience hell pre-hell, that's hell.
Yeah.
Either that or just a night of country music.
Oh, no, I'd kill myself. All right. So last night, there were some incidents. There were some kerfuffles, and I just want to say, I do not think either player should have been thrown out at the end. Marquise Chris and Bismack Biyombo should not have been ejected. That was nothing. They just said a few words to each other. The one guy said something, turned around and says, "Oh yeah, you want some of this?" Like, kind of like, there was no punches. They're barely standing there talking to each other. Somebody tell me why they got ejected. There was no fouls.
There were no fouls. I think that the referees were trying to maintain control of that game. It was getting a little bit chippy. These teams do not like each other, and they didn't like each other before. This playoff series has not helped that. The trash talking going back and forth, DeAndre Ayton mean mugging at the bench, Luka Doncic basically just flexing at every opportunity, flexing what God knows, I have no idea, but flexing at every opportunity. And then the referees just saw this confrontation as an opportunity to remind both teams who's actually in charge here. It's them. It's the refs.
But not at the expense of players on the floor. There were no fouls. There was no physical violence. It was just two guys talking. It just seemed a bit excessive. Sorry, Randy, go ahead.
I was just going to say championship teams do not care what the other team has to say. Championship caliber teams do not care what the other team has to say. You're very businesslike. You go out there, you kick their ass, you walk off the floor. They can talk and chippy, chip, all they want to, and you don't have to show them up. You don't have to do anything. You let your play do your work. And that's where my audio comes in. This from the Bleacher Report. Luka Doncic, after last night's win, after they got their ass kicked, when it got chippy at the end of the game, Luka Doncic walking in. Now, I'm going to play it for you, and then I'm going to tell you what he says. Listen up. All right, so I know you didn't hear it. So he says, everybody acting tough when they up. Luka Doncic last night.
Okay, so let me remind Luka that it was Marquise Chris who was acting tough. Bismack Biyombo just turned like, what the hell is that?
Well,
and then who chased Bismack Biyombo down the hallway? It wasn't the other way around. So Bismack Biyombo wasn't acting tough when he was up. He heard something and turned. That was the extent of it. Did you really find that Bismack Biyombo was acting tough? It seemed like Marquise Chris was acting more tough and chasing him down a hallway. He knew he was going down the wrong hallway.
I don't think it was that one incident. I think the whole second half was sort of a chip fest. Dallas didn't probably appreciate the way the Suns were dancing every time they made a basket on them. And they were, getting out there far in front.
They did the same thing in Game 4.
Well, I'm not saying that they didn't, and I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying, here comes Luka Doncic, who has all of a sudden got this attitude like he's something special. He's the flop king of the NBA now, and if you don't think so, ask any of the NBA players; they'll tell you.
Oh yeah,
Doncic is the flop king of the damn. He is the new Manu Ginobili. Okay. You even breathe by him, he's going to flop. And this is a big kid who's got uber amounts of talent. But let me repeat what I first said. Championship teams don't give a rip what you have to say.
Well, I was going to say, how dare you say that about Bismack Biyombo? I thought you were trying to implicate him and make it a thing. Somebody said something, he turned, he was like, what the hell? That was what he did. He didn't try to mean mug or start crap. Marquise Chris was the one who was starting crap.
Phoenix cannot get into this chippy bad mouthing match with Dallas. What Phoenix needs to do is go in there in Game 6, kick their living ass, and wave and smile as they walk out to the airplane to fly home, and Dallas can pack up their damn lockers. That's what they need to do.
I hear what you're saying, Randy, but who's the leader of this team?
Of
the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, the Phoenix CP3.
Mm-hmm. That's the chippiest, talkingest guy in the world. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I watched
you guys. We're talking about two different things here. We're talking about guys trying to get into other guys' heads, and then we're talking about guys who want to make it personal on the other team. And that Marquise Chris, Bismack Biyombo thing. Chris said something personal. He did something personal to him. It was not gamesmanship, and it was not any sort of. It had nothing to do with the game. He somehow made him turn around. Phoenix needs to not have rabbit ears, man. Hey, just go back to the damn bench. It don't matter what he's calling your parents. Go back to the bench and get out of the stadium with a win. And just move on.
I just happen to think that Luka, of all people, saying everybody wants to act.
Everybody tough when they up
like that.
What is he, like a brother now, or
this is the damn playoffs.
Understand.
The whole point is to be up, and the Suns were up not just by 5, they were by 9. They were up by 30. Okay, so you weren't just getting beaten; you were getting smacked down.
Yeah, go ahead, preach it.
At this particular point, I don't care what Luka thinks about who acts tough when they're up, because you know what? Luka was flexing in Game 2. Yep. They win Game 2. He was flexing in the first half of Game 2.
I remember that.
He was flexing last night.
I don't recall them winning that game. So Luka is king front runner. Luka is like the worst parts of a bunch of players that I really like. Okay. Luka cries like LeBron. Luka flops like Ginobili. Luka dominates the game too hard, like he's James Harden, and it's the worst combination.
And
like if you went into a lab and tried to pull the most unlikable parts of NBA stars, you'd make Luka. That's who you create.
A big old pile of Doncic.
And look what happened to my friend here. Look what happened to Keon. He's all fired up over Luka saying,
I can't stand when players say stuff like that, because that's the goal of the game, man, is to be up.
And with that in mind, hearing what Keon just said, keep in mind, hey, the Suns heard it too.
Oh, they definitely.
That's all I'm going to say. The Suns heard it too.
One thing about a narcissist is they will always accuse you of what they do exactly. They will always accuse you of those things. So, listen to what Luka says and you'll learn a lot about what's wrong with Luka. 888-368-1580.
That's not even what was stuck in my craw. It just made me really mad.
Thunder Snow says, Donnie. Donnie. Oh, Donnie. Donnie is actually on the text line, says, you guys would love Luka if he was in Phoenix Sun, though.
No.
I mean, I would, but that's not you'd still have complaints about him. Like we still talk about like Chris Paul. I have not shied away from the fact that Chris Paul flops a lot.
He's a flopper, yeah.
Not shied away from the fact
he's a lurcher.
That Chris Paul.
He's a lurcher.
Yeah, he doesn't flop. He kind of goes. He's got Tourette's.
I don't know if he what Chris Paul says out there, but Chris Paul said something last year in the playoffs to Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley looked like he wanted to kill him.
He hit him from behind.
Yeah, shoved him in the back. Yeah. So I understand that, but when you start talking about everybody likes to act tough when they're up. No, that's called winning in the NBA. Everybody dances and has fun when they're winning. If you don't want to see that, stop the other team from beating you by 30.
Blissful Hayes says, that Luka Manboobs eats a lot of trash food. he is soft. Silver Pops says, Game 6 at Dallas, not trying to be a negative Nancy, but if any Suns player even looks at Luka Doncic, they're going to be called for a foul.
That's why I say let Luka go. Let Luka do what Luka do, and let him go to the hoop. Let him score his points. Let him stand outside. Let him mean mug. Turn your ears off because you're going to hear it from the Dallas crowd. Just turn it off. Just turn it off and go out, do your thing, beat their ass, get on the charter jet home, drink some champagne, and enjoy the flight.
I hope you're right. I really do hope you're right. We have other.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a championship team does.
We have other NBA to talk about. And of course, your text too is the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone, common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today. 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down, forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
If you're worried about your investments, you're not alone. These are challenging times, but it's not time to panic. It's time to act.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, founder and president of Compact Asset Management. With over 40 years of experience in the financial markets, I've seen what panic, indecision, and bad advice can do to investments. When markets are up, especially when they're down, it is important to be decisive yet balanced. That's our approach at Compact Asset Management. Call my office today at pound 250 and say talk to Mo. We will discuss a proactive, balanced approach to your portfolio that can help safeguard your investments and keep you on track with your financial goals. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say talk to Mo, and let's create a strategy for your investments today. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Sandy Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so I don't know what Marquise Chris thought he was going to do if he caught Bismack Biyombo down the tunnel, but there was also Jameson Crowder down there just sort of hanging around. That'd have been a mistake. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. I mean, seriously, what do you think was going to happen when you ran down that tunnel? If anybody needs to be suspended from activity, it should be the guy who ran down that tunnel. It should be Marquise Chris. But, you know, whatever. I didn't think there was a foul, so there shouldn't be any penalties for anybody. 888-368-1580. So the other blowout yesterday, it was the if you liked the blowout that the Suns brought you, the Miami Heat beat the 76ers by 35 damn points. That right there, that was something. That was something. So now, what happened, Keon? Just give me a brief, understanding of what happened last night. I thought the Miami Heat were down a guy, and then they come out and beat these guys crazy.
They seem to figure out sort of how to work around Joel Embiid. That's probably the best way to say it. I mean, they just. Do
you think in practice they practiced punching basketballs into his face?
I don't think they practiced that.
No, I don't think that was, no. I don't feel like that was, it was not intentional.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
mean, he did get hit in the face, but yeah, it wasn't intentional. But Joel has been inconsistent since he's been back, which is what you'd expect from somebody whose orbital bone is broken and is dealing with a thumb injury. And he's not going to make any excuses about that. But the team is going to go as Joel Embiid goes. And then, James Harden, it's the James Harden roller coaster. You get one great game out of James Harden, you get a bad game out of James Harden. And that was the other thing that happened, was they didn't get a whole lot out of James. And he's supposed to be, star number 2 in that. Well, and, he just didn't give him anything.
Yeah, Harden's not going to get, he's not going to get the calls like he used to. They've taken his game away from him. The NBA has said no more fouls, no more self-imposed fouls. You can't do that. So that's taking his game away.
But he also used to get to the basket a whole lot more easily, and he looks like he's struggling. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like I'm watching the same James Harden that won the MVP. From just an explosiveness level, forget the foul stuff, which obviously, yeah, does throw him off.
But doesn't that play into getting to the basket too? Because people would be more tentative to want to get in his way if he's picking up fouls going to the basket.
Yeah, but his thing was, especially, shooting threes, was that little rip through move. You'd put your arms out and then he'd basically make you foul him, and the league's just not giving him that. But going to the basket, he has a really good way of initiating contact with you at the basket. I think he still gets those calls when he gets there, but he's been a little more hesitant to get there. It's been harder for him to get around guys to get there. It's kind of hard to watch when he's not playing well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that series ends on Thursday. It won't even be close. But we got some games tonight. Well, actually, in about 15 minutes, the Boston Celtics hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody seems to want to give the Bucks a shot in this game. What has changed so much that the odds would be so harsh towards the Bucks. Is Middleton not coming back? Is there somebody? Is it? What is the real reason that the Bucks are suddenly? I mean, it's a 2-2 tie, but they're the underdog big time in this.
Yeah, they're the underdog, and a lot of it has to do with the Middleton stuff, and that people kind of thought someone else would step up on that Bucks team to help Giannis, because Giannis goes out there every night, does his thing. Giannis is going to get you about 30 every time he goes to go play. So somebody else has to pitch in. Somebody else has to add something. And there hasn't been a whole lot of anybody else. Drew Holiday's a good player, but Drew Holiday hasn't been a consistent shooter. So that's been hard for him to get going. And then some of these other guys, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, you want to see something there, but you're just not seeing it consistently. So it's just the Giannis show. Meanwhile, the Celtics, and we say this a lot about the Suns too, but the Celtics are more of a team. It's not just Jason Tatum. They do get something from Jaylen Brown. You do get something from Marcus Smart on any given night. And those guys pitch in to help carry the load. Giannis doesn't have that without his running mate, Chris Middleton.
I still think that Grayson Allen will rot in hell.
I don't like him at all.
Stand that bastard.
He's an awful person.
He's the Yankees of NCAA players back in the day. Anytime his name would come up, I was like, I hate that guy. By the way, speaking of Giannis Antetokounmpo, him and his whole family, turns out they have a hell of a story. And Disney Plus, they have a trailer out right now for a biopic called Rise. It's basically it's like a dramatized version, but a biography of Giannis and his brothers Costas and Thanos, and it actually looks pretty good. I watched the trailer. At first I thought, well, okay, let's see what this is, and I was like, holy crap, yeah, actually that does look pretty interesting. So I'm sure some of it was puffed up and dramatized for the screen, but the actor that's supposed to play Giannis, dead damn on, well done as a young man, and they got a nice cast in there, and you can tell this is actually quality. It's gonna be quality stuff. So I don't know if I should feel dirty watching a movie about the guy who beat us in the finals last year. As a Suns fan, should I be watching this movie?
It depends on the player, but it being Giannis is so respectable and class and all of those things. I don't know. It's hard to not like Giannis. It's hard to not want to hear, his story, because it is a pretty incredible story about how he got to where he is. So I think if it's Giannis, how bad can you really feel?
Well, I went through the trouble of learning how to say Antetokounmpo, so I feel like it'd be wrong of me not to watch. June 24th is when this comes out. So I don't know, Randy, you gonna watch?
I might take a look at it. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
It actually does. It looks good. I just don't want to root a guy on that I want to root against on the off chance they end up meeting us again.
I mean, you can separate the two. I mean, look, Giannis has got a ring. Giannis has got multiple MVPs. Step aside, Giannis.
I don't know. When he started mean mugging on my team, now I'm just like, what a dirtbag. Just change it. Because remember last year, I was actually on the show here saying it's hard because I like Giannis. I think, he's he's a pretty good dude. And then he starts mean mugging on my Suns. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? I said all these nice things about you. And this is how you're going to repay us? This is how it's going to go? All right. I'll find something to make fun of you over, I don't know what yet.
Well, that's the thing with him. It's like, what do you even mock? It's just,
even his name gets you a lot of points in Scrabble, so I can't even be mad at that.
Antetokounmpo, for 97 points and the win.
Yeah. Oh well. I tell you what, if the Bucks go out against the Celtics, then I'll feel better about it. Like, you didn't make it this time, whatever. Another. This one actually sounds pretty good too. Remember Jim Valvano? He is going to be portrayed by Ray Romano in a new movie. They're going to make a movie about Jim Valvano, and
how are they gonna get over the voice thing? The whole voice thing. How are they gonna get over that?
I think they're just going to roll with it. I mean,
he's got to scream at his guy. Come on, guys. Advance and move on. And really?
I don't
Ray
know.
Romano?
I think it'll work. They both have Italian sound the way they talked. But you're right. Ray Romano does have a very distinctive voice. But I don't know. Maybe they're going to, they could overdub him. Just use the real voice of Valvano. He sounds amazing. You sounded just like him. It was him.
It was him.
So, Ray Romano will be Valvano. And I don't know who else is in this movie, but there's a lot of big names producing and writing on it. So, ought to be good. And of
it's
course,
about time they did a movie.
Yeah, next year is the 40th anniversary of the Cardiac Pack claiming a last-second national championship victory over the Cougars of Houston.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, think about it. 40 years it took them to do a movie on this.
I got to find somebody to play Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. But yeah, I think Ray Romano can pull it off. You're just gonna have to let go of the voice thing,
I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
You're just gonna have to
it's gonna be too weird because I love Everybody Loves Raymond. So it's gonna be too weird.
I know the Espen had a 30 for 30 on it that was really, really good. So you'll always have that if the movie doesn't work out.
Yeah, this guy was a heck of a guy, and in his wake, he has left behind nothing but good. The V Foundation, they've $290 million in cancer research grants nationwide as part of his legacy that he left behind. So, and hell of a coach, hell of a story. So there's two movies now to watch: Valvano movie and the Giannis Antetokounmpo movie. So finally, something good to watch on TV, right? Tonight, though, yes, let's talk about the Bucks and the Celtics. All right, the over/under is 214.5. Over or under, Keon?
I'm going to go under just because of how much defense has been the name of the game in this series. Even in the blowouts, it hasn't been, anything insane like what we saw with Miami yesterday. So I'm going to go with the under just because if the Bucks win, it's going to be because Boston didn't score very well. And Boston has been locking up Giannis, using Al Horford and Robert Williams when he's been healthy. So I'm thinking the under.
All right, Randy, over or under?
I'll take the under as well. Yeah, I think the Celtics, if they don't score well, the Bucks are not going to score well. Celtics have the defensive edge in this series, as far as I'm concerned, and the Bucks are down a player, a legitimate guy, one of Giannis's guys, and he was really looking kind of weary in this last game. So give me the under.
And of course, the spread is 5.5. How do you guys like the spread on this?
Well, I like the spread. Well, the Bucks are favored by 5, or the Celtics
Celtics favored by 5.5.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the Celtics to cover that. Let me put it that way. I don't know if I like the Bucks to.
So you think it'll be a close game, but a lot of defense.
A lot of defense, and the Celtics will win. They're just right now they're playing really good defense, and Giannis is averaging 41.5 minutes a game in this series. That is brutal to ask anybody to do, and to be the main scorer, and to be the primary defender on the other team's best scorer. They're asking Giannis to do an awful lot, and he hasn't complained and he hasn't said anything, but it's obviously taking its toll on him.
All right, so the Golden State Warriors are taking on the Grizzlies at 6:30 p.m. Will this be the final curtain for the Grizzlies, or do you think they'll steal one at home, Randy?
Well, I think the Grizzlies are going to play like a team possessed. They're a young team and they're unafraid. I've said that all along, but I have a feeling it's curtains tonight for them. Although their effort for them, without Ja Morant at his full potential, I don't think the Grizzlies have a chance. So give me the Warriors tonight.
The over/under is 218.5. You want to go over or under on this?
I'll go under.
How about you, Keon?
I'll go over.
Yeah, me too.
I think both of these teams are going to score a lot. The Grizzlies are going to be desperate, as Randy said, and they've got guys that can shoot out there still. I know they don't have Ja, but they've got shooters. And Steph hasn't shot very well this series, and I expect that to change. I expect him to shoot a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, he always dumps and waves. And this is supposed to be a closer game. than Bucks Celtics. They got the spread at 4. I think that is reasonable. 888-368-1580 against the spread says, I hope we play Milwaukee in the finals because we have 3 big athletic centers to match up with Giannis. And I told you, Suns should play a version of zone defense. They did that last night, and it worked. Against the spread, you demand, and that's the first hour. Back with number 2 after this. You're on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. The Dallas Cowboys have become an American favorite in football, but it wasn't always that way. The Cowboys lost every single game in their first NFL season. Do you know what team the Cowboys defeated to win their very first game?
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the team the Dallas Cowboys defeated to win their first game ever, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cowboys are relatively new to the NFL. They broke in the 1960 season, lost every game, and then defeated the Steelers. I'm Nick LaCapria with your Daily Sports Quiz.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
This message is for homeowners 62 and older. Are you one of the many that watched as their home nearly doubled in value over the last 2 years? Sure, the increased value feels great, but what is it really doing for you? Would you like additional monthly income that is tax-free? Maybe you would like to stop making your current mortgage payment altogether. This is where a reverse mortgage comes in. It is the best way for seniors 62 and older to tap into their home equity and get additional monthly income tax-free. Now you could benefit from all the appreciation in your home without having to sell and move somewhere else. This is all possible with a reverse mortgage. Find out how Desert Equity Lending is one of the Valley's local experts in reverse mortgages. Call 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Don't wait any longer to get your reverse mortgage questions answered today. Call 602-509-3000.
AZMB-0906989. NMLS 173369. Terms and conditions apply.
Call 602-509-3000.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 Robert Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And you ever have one of those moments where you're like, I just learned something. I just figured something out.
Yeah.
And I just caught somebody being naughty.
Uh-oh.
So last Thursday on the Daily Blender, I was wearing a black T-shirt, and I see old Keon there. He's wearing a gray T-shirt or some sort of shirt.
Black with white stripes.
No.
pinstripes.
No, him right now. I'm talking about last Thursday.
Okay.
He was wearing a gray sweater. And then Friday, I'm wearing a red T-shirt. He's wearing the same shirt. Someone didn't go home that night. Keon, you naughty boy.
I went home. I just forgot I wore that sweater, passed the sniff test, and
dude, my version was so much better than yours. You're like,
I
just wore the same shirt twice.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
we had it all like.
Occasionally, my mom listens to this show. How about I?
You think today?
How about I just say it passed the sniff test, and I went home.
Ooh. Wow.
I think there's people who work at the radio station would love to sniff that sweater now.
Next question.
I sure hope not. I sure hope not.
A-Wings 22 says, Jeffrey, right analogy for Grayson Allen, but wrong team. Duke are the Red Sox of college hoops. No, this is my analogy. And, it wasn't even about the team. It was just about him. He is the Yankees of NCAA. I just hate him. I have no problem with Duke. Screaming Eagle says, hey, guys, been super busy at work, but I'm really glad the Suns played yesterday like we're used to seeing them play. Yeah, they got to play that way again tomorrow. They just got to.
They can't get caught up in all the verbal
hey, if the bench
business.
players want to get caught up in that, I don't care. It's the real players.
No.
Yeah, now I'm like worried about it.
If you put them on ignore, man, that's the best way to go about it, because then you don't hear it. You just go about
that's
your
easy
business.
to say, Randy. That is easier to say than to do. I imagine there's something that could trigger you to turn around and say, okay, no more playtime, Junior. I'm not doing
Let me
it.
see what you got. Go ahead.
I ain't doing it, but I know it can be done. And
Really?
we all have that. We all have
What do
that
you mean?
tolerance.
I don't
level.
have any triggers. What are you talking about? I'm old. I've lived. I don't care.
I'm just saying, maybe not you, but
He's
certainly
just challenging me right now. He just wants to see what I bring.
See what you say, and
he knows I
bring your A game, Junior.
So
you don't want that.
I just remember watching. Oh man, I can't remember what game it was. But Reggie Miller said something to Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan had to be held back by 3 people, and he still got his hands on Reggie. And I thought, well, this is it. This is the end of Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you can find a way to get Michael Jordan, to the point where he wants to kill you, nobody is safe in the National Basketball Association.
Hefty Lefty says, I tuned in, and the first thing I hear is sniffing that sweater. I love this show. That's a fair point. 888-368-1580. Do you think your mom's really listening right now? I mean, it's just as your luck, this would be the moment, right?
Yeah. And I don't know. I was just talking
We want
to
to
her.
know. We want to know the real story.
I was
Come on,
talking to her about it, and she
Keon.
said,
Yeah, about your sweater?
No, I was
wore
talking.
your sweater the
I was
same
talking
time?
to her about listening to the show, and
Mhm,
she was like, "Oh, I haven't had the chance to listen in a little bit. I'm gonna try and find some time this week." And I was like,
And
"Oh,
now
really hoping it's not today."
It's time for After Dark with Keon.
It's best behavior, Keon. With Keon, that's what we're doing.
After Dark with Keon Rose.
So the other day, Keon's asking me about in Phoenix the exchange. When you move from one place to another, there's a cost of living increase or decrease. And he was asking me about prostitutes. And
now hold on, wait.
So when he's asking me that,
now hold on.
Go ahead, Keon. Explain.
I sure hope she's figured out this show by now.
Poor Keon.
So then Keon asked me the other day, what street, where do you find the really good drugs? That's what I need to know right now. So, so Keon asked me the other day, if I've got a body, where would I bury this? Is there a place? Is there a direction in the desert I go? How far out? Do you have any good spots? And what if it's 2 bodies?
Do you have any good?
What if one of them is a child?
After Dark with Keon
Now,
Rose.
I don't know that that's the music that we're doing for dead bodies.
I don't know
Also,
why he keeps playing the same music for everything.
It's for drugs. It's for everything. Apparently, it's an all-purpose
You better believe it. Better believe it.
So Keon the other day tells me, he's like, I rented this video cassette and I didn't rewind. I was not kind. I did not rewind. Are they coming out? Watch that be the one that triggers your mom.
Just like that, I get a phone call.
You didn't rewind? Everything else, no, that's fair. But you didn't rewind?
Mom, This is a radio show that there's a lot of jokes on this show, Mom.
So we gotta have that talk with her and Charlie Boy.
Mom,
there will be jokes. Fish Tank says there is absolutely zero chance the fourth dimension does not immediately start roasting Keon. Yeah, yes. Kyle G says, have they released an update on Crowder? It looked really bad last night. Like maybe he separated his shoulder or tore a pec or something. Yeah, have we heard about that? Because he seemed like he was kind of moving around okay when they showed that shot of him down the hallway when there was that kerfuffle. But yeah, I have not seen anything else out there yet about his current status. I don't know. It may have also been playing it up because you saw what Booker did, right?
Yeah, just
Booker
lay on the ground a little
Booker
bit.
Gets fouled pretty good. He flies, and it could have been bad. He could have hit his head on the basket, the stand there, but he rolled there and he's kind of lying there, kind of grins up at the camera like, I'm okay. And he's like, oh my head, like almost like he was mocking the other team, just trying to basically doing a Luka. And he was 100% fine, but oh my god,
and the fans,
like a 4-year-old having a tantrum. He just laid there way longer than he should have.
The fans were yelling for him to stay down.
Oh really?
Yeah, because everybody kind of knows. We've sort of figured out some of the officiating rules this postseason. If there's a foul like that and it looks serious, they're going to have to review it. And if they think they have to keep the game in line, we're going to a flagrant one. So that is just pure gamesmanship on the part of
I was surprised that being a flagrant one. I was surprised at the ejections of Chris and Bismack. And I don't know. This is getting.
I was not surprised
at
the flagrant one, but yeah, I agree with Reggie Miller. That was a good hard playoff foul.
Yeah.
And nothing more. But the referees are going to look at it, and in a game like that where things start getting chippy, again, the refs are going to use whatever tools they have at their disposal to try and keep guys in line, and that includes the flagrant. Just if you
damn near killed them.
It feels wrong. Especially for playoff basketball, because it's almost like now you're expected to like, oh, hello, would you like to come over and shoot the basket? Oh, indubitably, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a shot. Oh, really? No, you go ahead first. No, you go first. Oh, no, you go. Oh, my God. Is that what they want this to be?
The Suns were John a little bit, so Dorian Finney-Smith fouled him hard, kept his hands away from the head and neck area, and didn't slam him anywhere, didn't wait till he was at the height of his jump to push him. And really did make a play on the ball. I mean, the intention was to foul, but he did make a play on the ball. So that play wasn't as dangerous as other fouls we've seen. I thought that was a good, hard foul. But Devin Booker played it up because he knew. You stay down there, it's going to be a flagrant. And it was.
Big George says, so Keon, since your mom is listening, what's your favorite position? In baseball. No, Randy, in baseball.
What?
He's asking about the favorite position in baseball to play.
Oh, sorry.
It's not always about that, Randy.
I mean, I like first base.
Ooh.
Randy Keon got to first base.
My God. All right. Oh, I should have known. I should have known better. I walked right into that. now I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Random texture says, "Oh, Jeffrey, when Keon was asking you about where to buy drugs and told you didn't rewind the VHS tape, did any chance he tell you about tearing tags off of pillows? You sick bastard.
Tearing what off of what?
Oh, no.
Tearing tags off of pillows.
What does that do?
No, you can't. Why? That's a federal offense.
Why would you even say that, random texture? Good Lord. It's illegal to tear the tags off of pillows if you're the store selling them. If you're the end consumer, you can do what the hell you want. You know how many people have those tags sitting there at the end of the bed because they don't understand that it's only these stores that have to leave them on? You're okay, Keon. You tear them tags. You tear them tags.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Well, yeah, they are. I know, because Keon has a lot of orgies at his house, and those tags those tags can create discomfort if you're in the wrong spot. If you know what I mean on that. Okay. So you tear those tags, Keon. You tear them tags.
I had enough trouble explaining why I wanted radio to be my profession to begin with. It's gonna be a long conversation this week. It's
well, you'll need some drugs. So what? Ukla says, Why do dogs have all that extra skin and hair? You pull on the back of their shoulders, and it's like you found another dog in there, or you could fit another dog in there. Ookla, please stop torturing your pets.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. That doesn't sound that doesn't sound good at all. All right, so the Diamondbacks have given us yet another W. Another W. Yeah, it's the Marlins. Okay.
Yeah, but
Bumgarner looked good.
Well, Bumgarner looked good yesterday. The Diamondbacks won yesterday. However, today is a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. What's happening? I let me bring up my screen.
They lost 11-3.
11-3.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the season. Well, there we go. No, I mean, still, we've won 2. They got 1. Of course, they're going to win 1. I mean, people get tired.
We are in a situation where the Diamondbacks have lost a game and they're still 2 games above 500. I don't think we expected that at any point.
It's the score that bothers me more than anything.
Yeah, it's just how many runs they gave up. I mean, it completely fell apart.
So evidently, Merrill Kelly, what did he pitch? A half an inning? What happened there? How did that go so bad for the Diamondbacks? 11-3.
Kelly went 5 innings. What happened was the 8 runs that they gave up in the 9th.
Oh no! Way to go, Melancon. Way to go! Wow, what a nightmare! Oh my God!
just a complete disaster at the end of the game.
Jeez, yeah, I just pulled it up and I see that. That is, well, okay, that's all right. It's a game. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. Fish Tank says first base might have been a tough answer, but you could have said pitcher or catcher. There's worse options there, Keon.
That's true.
Hefty Lefty says, good for you, Keon. Get that noodle wet however you want. Oh, jeez.
Oh, really? Are we doing this again?
The pool noodle. No, the pool. He has a pool. And he's got a. He's got one of them pool, like the kid had in his hair. One of those things.
Ooh.
So I thought COVID was over, by the way. We were told it was over. It was done. We were done with the COVID, and now it's making a comeback. That's right. Multiple positive COVID-19 tests have shut down the Cleveland Guardians and the Chicago White Sox. They have been postponed today. I don't know how many more days that could go for, but they got a bunch of guys, including Francona, with
Terry Francona, the manager.
Yeah. With the COVID. So got all filthy with the COVID with the Cleveland Guardians and the Chicago White Sox. But
that happens on these teams, Jeffrey. You throughout the season, you'll see these guys. One guy will get a flu or get a cold.
Yeah, but we didn't shut down for the flu.
Well, the entire locker room will get a cold or the flu. It happens, and these guys, because they're being safe and they're following the protocols, which they should, they've isolated these guys. So we'll have to see what happens.
What I find interesting is COVID treats different sports differently. It's an amazing virus. Okay. So COVID only got Steve Kerr. Only Steve Kerr missed a game, but a crap ton of players in baseball who play mostly outdoors. Well, these guys, shut it down. I'm always perplexed by how these things work for certain people. You know what? Maybe it is. I think statistically, baseball players are far less vaccinated than like basketball players or football players. I think we saw that. Tell me if I'm just full of crap. I think I might be right. I think that it's a different mindset for the ball players. Well, I thought we had backups, Randy. I thought there's backups. They should not have had to cancel a game.
That was in the COVID protocol time. Now we've gone back to normal operations. So no, they don't have a pool of players to pull from. They do have minor leagues. They can call up people from the minor leagues to help them field a team. But if you do that, I mean, the minor leaguers are going to get the COVID if the entire locker room's got it. So
remember the other day when I was like all excited, I'm like, hey, so it looks like we're going to have easy access, readily available, the antiviral for if we get the COVID, let's do a remote broadcast. That very night I come home and on the news and I hear the president says that we will run out of the antivirals unless we, pay some people to make some. So they're worried that this fall we may not have enough antivirals for everybody. I just feel like this never ends. Just never ends, man. But so yeah, Cleveland Guardians and Chicago White Sox, they got postponed. So I don't know when they're going to play. Any idea on when they will resume activities as far as, is it going to be tomorrow? Is it, I mean, are they going to miss more games?
They'll have to pass the protocols, which like the NFL or the NHL, they've got to have, a certain amount of negative tests before they can return to active duty.
So it could be more games. There could be a game or two more.
Might be, but I think they can take tests within, a 24-hour period. I think they can take more than one test. So we'll have to wait and see.
Hefty Lefty says baseball players should stop sharing them lippers. First and 15 says being vaccinated has nothing to do with your chances of getting COVID. No, tell me about it. I was like all kind of vaccinated, and that Omicron got me. Whooped my ass pretty good. I listen until they have the new boosters or vaccines that cover that, which they said they'll have around June. Yeah, we're all still vulnerable to getting it. That's why I was excited, though. The antivirals, that was supposed to be like, okay, at least we have that going for us. Well, we do have that going for us right now, but the worry is we won't have enough for the fall. So it's like, oh, crap, here we go again. Moist One says, oh, sure, Keon, having all these orgies, but don't come to my housewarming party. Fine.
Well, I don't have orgies at my house, so.
So did you find out anything there, Keon? You look like you found something. Did you find anything out? Or were you just like responding to more requests for orgies?
I was defending myself.
Oh.
I was. Yeah, it's weird that the Major League Baseball numbers, the vaccination numbers, are the numbers that I'm having the most trouble finding consistently because the NFL got pretty close to 90%.
Sure.
The NHL and the WNBA were at 99%. So the NBA was around 89-90% as well. The MLB numbers are the ones I actually can't find. So maybe they're just not putting it out there.
Well, just remember, it works like this. The vaccine is not a perfect protection, but I credit it with me not ended up a whole lot sicker than I was, because at least it gave me some sort of good response. And so you get the vaccine and you have a chance. The Omicron shows up. Okay, the vaccine didn't work against that, but I'm fully sure that if I had not had the vaccine, at least some protection, I would have been in way worse shape. Who knows how bad that could have gone. And the other thing is just really happy that they've come up with the antiviral. We just got to make sure there's enough out there for everybody. Hefty Lefty says the orgies are an anthem. Oh, good to know. There you go, Keon. All right, we got to take a break. You got to stop playing that music, Randy. You got to stop playing the music.
Well,
because you know what that does to Keon. You know what that does to Keon.
Nothing.
Since the Daily Blender,
I'll answer.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Market Wrap listeners, register now for Mo Ansari's nationwide webinar on Wednesday, June 8th. He'll share his latest updates on the economy and markets, inflation and interest rates. Plus, he'll make time to answer your financial questions. And you can join him from anywhere in the world, right from your computer. The webinar is free, but registration is required. So go to compact.com and click on seminars to register for Mo's free nationwide webinar on Wednesday, June 8th. That's compact.com, COMPAK.com, and click on seminars, or dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo. That's pound 250 and say, talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
As we plan for our retirement, there are 4 questions we need to ask ourselves or our retirement planning advisor. How much? How long? How safe? And what cost? Let's start with how much. That is, how much income we think we'll need each and every year for the rest of our lives, including all the activities we want to enjoy during our retirement, like travel, recreation, and entertainment. Plus the cost of housing, including repair and maintenance, taxes, insurance, and utilities. as well as the cost of health care, including expenses not covered by Medicare.
Enjoy safe, secure lifetime income of 5 to 9% for life, depending on age and deferral period, with no fee deductions and no annuitizing. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so let's compare free in Scottsdale. For more, visit iqannuity.com, iqannuity.com, iqannuity.com.
A sapiosexual is a person who's attracted to intelligence. Do you choose brains over beauty? Like mind over muscle? Prefer Shakespeare?
To be or not to be?
To a puppeteer?
Hey, which one's the dummy?
So if you are sapiosexual and your current conversation is about to get, shall we say, intellectually stimulating, reach for Shakespeare Vodka, a thoughtfully engineered spirit with pure, smooth flavor that tastes like poetry in a bottle. Shakespeare Vodka, the taste of intelligence.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl.
The Los Angeles Rams have won Super Bowl 56. But if you think that brought the end of the NFL season,
You'd better think again.
the NFL is a year-round beast, and we keep you in the know. Free agency, trades, retirements, hirings, firings, holdouts, injuries, training camps, and a whole lot more.
Football is always in season here.
We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Your home for football.
Hey, welcome back to the Daily Blender here on this Wednesday, May 11th.
Chew your food. Just finish chewing your food.
Well, I get a little brisket. I had brisket this weekend.
Man, now I'm jealous. Now I'm jealous.
I'm so hungry right now. That's painful.
People are
you
driving
hungry?
home. Listen
Are
to
you-
you chew this amazing food. That's not
Hungry
fair.
for love there, Keon? Hungry
No, he
for
gets
love?
lots of love. That's why he
I'm-
wears the same shirt twice.
I'm hungry for brisket
in a row.
There it is,
Keon wants
boys.
us so bad to move
There
on.
it is. There it is. Little
I-
brisket right there.
Desperately.
Nice.
Just desperate.
Playoffs heating up. You can make every game feel like Game 7 on FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. Throughout the playoffs, all customers can place a no-sweat same-game parlay each week. You get up to $20 in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has got so many ways to play, and best of all, when you win, you'll get paid faster than a fast break. New to FanDuel, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Again, that's your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Again, promo code Randy1580. And if you already have an account, you're all set to bet. No sweat. Either way, you'll get $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs does not win. What did I say tonight, Artie? I said the Celtics, and I said they would cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building my parlay as I'm speaking about it, guys. The Celtics would cover, and
Okay.
Golden State would win,
Okay.
and they would not cover.
All right. Well, can you put in the parlay? Draymond Green is going to piss somebody off. Can you parlay that?
I don't think that's part of the
Can you
parlays.
parlay in to get a technical?
I don't think I can do that. However, you heard
learning.
us building that parlay right there. You could do the same thing. Just go to the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's real easy to do. And if you don't find a parlay, worthy of you putting together, you can jump on other ones that other people are joining in on. That's at the FanDuel Sportsbook app, an official partner of the NBA. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after you get them. Max free bet, $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
888.
Go.
Oh, man, right in front of us. Right in front of us.
I'm going.
Big George says, Randy, is your backdoor cover something for Keon's parties?
I don't understand backdoor covers, but
yeah, I'm still kind of
Big George, anytime you call me out on a backdoor cover, I'm your man.
It's basically when a team covers the spread at the very last second.
You go ahead and speak your speak.
So it looks
Big
like
George
they're
and I
gonna.
know.
It looks like they're gonna not be able to cover the spread.
Mhm.
Maybe they're down 10 and the spread is 5, and then
Somebody walks in the back door.
Well, no, the coach maybe puts all of their starters on the bench, and then
They were like,
the bench players are able to score enough to.
Am I late to the
cover the spread? No.
I know
no
the
party.
It's rude to be late to a party.
So I couldn't tell you.
Sorry, I was late. I was at another party. Keon.
Moist One says Anthem can be a real scary place. I lost my first wife in New River. Those waters are not for beginners.
Yeah.
Jesus, so Moist One.
What?
So special program note, tomorrow at 5 p.m., we are going to step aside for the Westwood One NFL 2002 schedule release party show. That's right. You'll find out. No, it's not the draft. Draft's already happened. Draft happened a couple of weeks ago. This is not the draft.
This is not the draft?
No, this is the NFL 2002 schedule release party show. Nobody's on the clock. They're just going to tell you who's playing who. It's just a schedule release
schedule.
Thing. I honestly don't even understand how this is going to be a show. Oh, they're just going to sit there and just tell you who's playing who, and that's, I guess, going to take 2 hours. But,
yeah, because teams they're going to tell you who's playing who. They're going to tell you who's the bye
who's playing.
What's that? Who's your home opener? All that stuff. All that good stuff.
It's just nothing to do with the draft, Randy. 0% to do with the draft. All I know is we jumped at the chance to get an hour off free, paid money and all that stuff. So we're like, hell yeah. I mean, seriously, I can show you the exchange between Radio Ron. Hey, what do you think of this? Oh, yes, we do need to play that.
We need to air that. Absolutely.
That'll be the most important thing we do on Thursday. Although I am now curious how the hell they're going to make it a show. So maybe it'll be good. I don't know.
They've been doing it for a while. The NFL has been making a big deal of these schedule releases for at least, the last handful of years, 5-6 years.
So if they're going to do this, what they really needed to do was not tell anybody anything. Keep the thing to yourself. And now they're like, oh, I can't wait to find out. Now people are interested. But now they've already released like 20 games. And in fact, they told us that the Rams are going to be playing the Broncos and Russell Wilson on Christmas Day.
And when did they do that, Jeffrey?
When did they do what?
Release that information
today.
What did I say yesterday on this very program? And you all poo-pooed me.
I didn't poo-poo you. I said it would be dumb if they did. I didn't say you were wrong.
And what did the damn NFL do? What did the damn NFL do?
I think we need to give Randy this one. Randy, you're absolutely 100% right. They did exactly what you said they would do.
You're welcome, America.
My God, what would we do without Randy White's prognostication on what the NFL will do with the schedule release? It's uncanny.
I know, right?
You just got Randy bombed. That's what that was. That was a Randy bomb.
Was that a Randy bomb?
If that don't give you a blue check, I don't know what will.
Hard to say.
Anyway, yeah, I think this whole thing is dumb, but we're getting an hour off free pay. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. And maybe it'll be a good show. I mean, I'm going to listen and find out. We'll see. Kind of like Tom Brady doing play-by-play. It might be good. We're all going to see how he does. It's all there will be a curiosity.
No, he's not doing play-by-play. He's an analyst.
Yeah, with a play-by-play guy. He's on a play-by-play is what he's done.
Oh, okay.
Why you got to pick at my grits, man?
Hey, well, I've got a blue check and you don't.
No, I said you should have a blue check, but now I'm rethinking that. I have a blue check. I have a blue check on the Facebook. I'm Facebook famous.
I am perhaps the greatest prognosticator.
Ask your grandma, ask your aunts about me. They know me. Anyway,
my grandma says she wants her doilies back, by the way.
Those were a gift that got regifted. Sorry. So they said $375 million a year for 10 years yesterday. Well, now Fox has come out and says, well, that is not an accurate description of the deal. We have not released details beyond what was disclosed in our quarterly earnings call. Well, okay. So that means he's getting more or he's getting less. That I don't think it can mean anything else, right? I mean, there's no other part of the deal. We know what was at least said there, and he's going to be doing games with Kevin Burkhardt, and it's for 10 years. So, what detail did they get wrong? Does it? I don't care. I honestly
could
don't
just
care.
be there is no detail wrong, and Fox is just mad
Well,
that
it is an accurate description.
The story got leaked. And that's
But here's the thing: the reporter who leaked it works for Fox.
It's like, who else?
He works for the same company owned by that company. So it's like,
or at least he used to.
Yeah, he might have yesterday. Don't know about today. So now they're saying, oh, that's really not the true fact. So whatever. I'm still gonna give it a shot and see what's what with that. Silly Wabbit says Randy White is now the chief meteorologist and prognosticator for the show.
Yes.
He's a weather procrastinator for sure. Yeah. He says it's a shame half the listeners don't know what those words mean.
True.
Yeah. Cowboy Sparky says, hello, gentlemen. Sorry, I'm running late for work, but how about them Suns, huh? How about them Suns, Cowboy Sparky? Let's see if they can keep it going. Fighting Wampa says, I'm pretty sure backdoor cover is a prison attire, isn't it? I always thought backdoor cover was that flap on the back of the pajamas in the cartoons and the old movies.
In the old movies. Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Random Texture says, Jeffrey, it should be easiest pie to make a 2-hour show of the schedule announcement. Did you see NBC had an 8-hour show for the Kentucky Derby? That stinking race takes 2.5 minutes. No, okay. I mean,
yeah,
you can make a show.
8 hours. Yeah.
You say it's easy as pie to make a 2-hour show for something. I say I could make any show about anything. The thing is making it good. So hopefully Westwood One has a plan on how to make this broadcast tomorrow at 5 p.m. good. You know,
I would say so, just for no other reason. And this isn't their first rodeo doing this.
This is not about the rodeo, Keon. I know you want to fit in Arizona, but not all of us go to the rodeo. I've never been to a rodeo, and this has nothing to do with rodeo. I don't think they even televise rodeo.
I did actually grow up at part of my life in Texas, so it's not like I think everybody goes to the rodeo. No, but not everybody.
What's your best time on a bull there, Keon?
I've never done it. So
then you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just using it as a figure of speech. So
so you've never been to a rodeo?
No.
So you can't say it's not my first rodeo if you've never been to a rodeo, Keon.
The figure of speech, and I didn't say me, I said Westwood One. It's not their first rodeo doing the NFL.
Have you heard them broadcast a rodeo? How do you know it's not their first rodeo? You're really assuming an awful lot today, Keon.
I am assuming that they've done the NFL schedule release before.
For the last time, it's not the draft, Randy. Chief Scholes says, afternoon, guys. So one day in the studio and one day back to the bubbles.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
And don't question us, okay?
Yeah, why don't you mind your own damn business? Well, I don't know about that, but you mind your own damn business is a good way to go. He says, I'm ready to watch the Twins redeem themselves from losing to the trash can Texans. Nothing in Minnesota is good right now in regards to sports. So good luck with that. Cowboy Sparky says, good Lord, are we talking about backdoor rodeo?
Hello.
Moist one. Last Optimist says, I thought a backdoor cover was a music publisher lingo, more commonly known as anal bum cover. No, it's an album cover, but okay.
Bum cover?
Yeah. An album cover, not anal bum cover. Boomer Sooner says, mention a rodeo and all hell breaks loose there in the studio. Actually, Jeffrey, I used to be in a rodeo. Well, I guess they all need clowns, don't they?
Well, oh my God. So I will say I've been in the Spurs Stadium after their rodeo road trip where they go on the road while the rodeo is in San Antonio. Smells awful. It's the worst. Oh, yeah. It just smells like leftover rodeo, but you're at a basketball game. It's
not news. Not news. You know what else smells awful? Circuses.
Right after the circus?
I took my kids backstage when the Ringling Brothers were at America West Arena, and I regretted that decision. Boomer Sooner says, I used to be in a rodeo in Oklahoma. I rode a bucking bronco. I was 14 and it lasted about 2 seconds. Well, that's about as long as you expect a 14 or 15-year-old to last. It's 2 seconds. 888-368-1580. Connecticut Texter says, what number do I call to win the rodeo tickets? 888-368-1580. Call now. He's from Connecticut. He'll call for like a half hour before he gives up. Ukla says, does Keon wanna? Okay, forget that. Prison Wallet says, Prison Wallet No, I'm not reading that. Silly Wabbit says, does this mean the station is now going to add rodeo programming right after NASCAR on the weekends? Oh, goody. That would actually make sense, but no. I've not seen televised rodeo. I've not heard radio. Although I was watching this show on the Amazon. I can't ever remember the name of it, but I call it Grumpy Rancher Hole in the Ground. What Josh Brolin. What the hell is that?
Oh, that's some sort of sci-fi
outer something,
outer limits thing.
Yeah. My wife and I, we have terms because we can't remember names of shows. So it was like there was that one show we watched for a little bit called Tattoo Girl. It wasn't called that, but it was this girl came out of a bag and it was on NBC. It was just Tattoo Girl.
She came out of a bag?
Oh yeah. Here's all the cops are all sitting there and there's this bag in the middle of Times Square. And all of a sudden it opens up and this naked woman comes out of the bag. And
out of the bag?
Yeah. And she was, folded up.
Yeah.
And she came out all tattooed and they solved crime off of her tattoos.
That's Blind Spot. Yeah.
No, it's called Tattoo Girl. That's what we called it at my house.
Well, for everyone else, it's called Blind Spot.
Well, what do they call Cranky Rancher Hole in the Ground?
Outer Range.
Thank you. Outer Range. Yeah. I was watching that and the old Royal was driving. I don't know. He was up to no good. And he had a couple of guns.
He was up to no good.
Oh yeah, he was up to no good. And he was gonna kill a gal. And he had enough of her crap. And he's like, I got a rifle, got a pistol, and I'm gonna waste this girl. And it turned out that girl was actually not gonna spoil it. Even though I figured out in the first episode. Anyway, so he's driving down the road in his pickup truck, and they had the radio. Had the rodeo call. Ooh, look at that there. That kid is out there on that bull. He's hanging on for 8 seconds. Wow, what a great time he had. It's like, come on, man. You can't radio. You can't do play-by-play on a bull ride.
Yeah, you can. No,
he's bucking him to the left. He bucked to the right. He bucked to the left. He bucked to the right. He's falling on the ground. He got a gore up the butt. Oh my God. I mean,
they do that. They make that call on the bull ride. Yeah,
seriously.
I've seen it. Yeah, it
can't be
PBR,
good radio.
PBR bull riding tour or something like that.
It can't be good radio.
I'm telling you, it's good. It's good TV.
Well, TV, not radio. But anyways, in the show, Cranky Rancher, Hole in the Ground, they had a rodeo on the radio, and I thought, wow. What do you do all the rest of the time? The guy has to get in there, get on the bull, and they get him strapped in. Everybody else is hanging out, and you're just like, well, Bob, I guess we're waiting on the next rider. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I imagine it's like every other sport where you just have random anecdotes and, short facts about this person until they're ready to go. And then you do that for 13 seconds at the max, and then you have more anecdotes. I don't know. I'm guessing.
You're going to run out of crap to say pretty quick. Well, there's Bob. He's had 2 DUIs and he's on his 3rd wife. And I'll tell you what, you got to respect him. He does not beat his kids in public. Not in public. Anyways, he's getting ready to ride there. And then what kind of rope is he using? It's a long rope. Oh, that's good. It's a long rope. You got to make sure the rope is long enough to turn around the thing, put it on your hand. He's got gloves on or no gloves? That's the thing you got to know. Well, you know him. He's always said no glove, no love. He's got the gloves on as he rides this bull. Now, let's learn a little bit about the bull here. This bull is a big old bull. And he's angry. He's very angry. Because, I don't know. He's a bull. They're just angry. And I don't know why they're angry. And all of a sudden, we're going to have an existential crisis as I try to figure out why bulls are angry on this rodeo broadcast. I miss my mom. I think that's how that would go. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special Irs Tax Hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-249-2509. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-249-2509 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-249-2509 to see if you qualify. That's 800-249-2509.
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. Enjoy $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/delivery info.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535, 802-341-4535, 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Now you can be the guy who eventually gets bits and pieces of NFL news. Or you can get the whole story when it breaks. The NFL is always in season here. We're 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Home for the NFL.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Go lay down. I'm standing here listening to the commercial break like you guys. I hear like a little scratch at the door. I open the door and there's Buddy. Okay, Buddy, come on in. And he proceeded to try to kill me. He's like, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but 444 is playtime. And he just came after me pretty hard. Now we're both out of breath. Oh my gosh. Come on, dog. Sorry about that. Oh my God. There's a lot of text sitting here on the text line. So before we get to talking NFL stuff, first, give us an update on the game, please, Keon.
Yeah, we're into the second quarter, 8:25 to go, and the Celtics have a 5-point lead on the Milwaukee Bucks, 37-32. Drew Holiday playing a whole lot better. He's got 9 points so far. Jason Tatum, as you would expect, leading the way. All scores. He's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So it's gonna be a pretty typical Tatum game.
So they're hanging in there. So, well, we'll see how it ends. Before we even read the text, before we talk about the NFL stuff, it's time to find out. I think we already maybe know the answer. What's in Keon's craw? I think it might be Randy and I.
I mean, I don't know. This is pretty strong hazing day. I'm gonna have to probably have a very interesting conversation.
We waited a year and then we came at you.
Yeah. Let me drop my guard first and then just unleashed hell on me.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah,
that's our plan. Yeah.
So here we are doing that, I guess, but no, it's actually not you guys. I was going through the news and I was looking at some stuff that Jeannie Buss was saying about what she thought about the season and how she felt about things moving forward with the Lakers, and that she was incredibly disappointed that she was, quote, growing impatient, and that this season where they missed the playoffs was gut-wrenching. And I don't know what she expected. That's the part that I do not understand. And it does make me a little bit grouchy because Jeannie Buss was supposed to be the responsible Buss kid. You know, the brother.
She might still be.
The brother had the team before, and maybe that's still the case. But, you know, obviously they weren't doing anything. They were going in circles. She takes over the team. And yeah, they got the championship in the bubble. They had Anthony Davis, a healthy LeBron James, but they haven't done anything since. And I thought that, you know, this is the Los Angeles Lakers. This is what you're supposed to do, right? You do dynasties, you do multiple championships. No, not even remotely. Every decision that they have made since that bubble championship has been the exact wrong decision. And somehow Jeannie Buss is excusing herself from all of this stuff. And that's the part that I just don't understand. I'm not quite grasping it. Rob Pelinka, not a general manager. You hired him to be your general manager. The guy was an agent before this. He doesn't have general manager experience. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. And of course, LeBron James is going to be here weighing in on some decisions. You have fired Frank Vogel, who did nothing wrong. Frank Vogel is not the reason why the Lakers missed the playoffs, but some head had to roll, I guess, except you own the team. No head had to roll. If you thought that, okay, Frank Vogel didn't do anything wrong, who are you going to bring in to replace Frank Vogel? I've heard talk of Mark Jackson. And let me tell you, I have respect for Mark Jackson as a broadcaster, and I think that he has done some good things as a coach, but I cannot think of anything particularly worse for this particular organization than to bring in Mark Jackson of all people. I just don't know what their plan for the future is to fix all of this stuff. And quite frankly, when you're $45 million over the salary cap, because that's how much they paid in the luxury tax, that's where it all starts to fall apart. And the owner of the team, the person writing all the checks, might have to say, hey, should we be writing all of these checks? All of these checks? And part of it is, you know, you went out, you got Russell Westbrook in the offseason to try and help you do some things. Turns out he wasn't a great fit. Meanwhile, you know who had a bunch of cap flexibility? The Wizards, who traded him to you. You got fleeced by the Wizards, who in my entire adult life have never fleeced a team ever. So I just don't understand how you can stand there and you're now just growing impatient. That train's left a long time ago. You're not growing impatient now. It's done. You either blow it up or you back off. I don't know, hand the team back to your brother, because this is a disaster you helped create. There's no one else to point the finger at.
I think she just trusted a bunch of people. Who are the people that she trusts? Phil Jackson, Magic Johnson, Kurt Rambis, those people who have been talking. The Pelinka guy, you're right. I don't know how they came up with that. But, she thinks, okay, these are the guys who are giving me the advice. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to pay a lot extra money, but boy, that extra money is going to pay off dividends when we win a championship. And we keep this thing going because this money machine is more than just the players and the tickets and, whatnot. So she's watching this and now she's sitting there going, whoa, wait, we spent all that money and we didn't even make it to the playoffs. The luxury tax and in this. So yeah, she trusted these guys that she for her entire life. So I don't know how mad I can be at her, but there needs to be a grown-up in that building. And it sounds like a bunch of guys who have histories in basketball, who are, oh, no, I think I do this. But these are not the guys that you need to be listening to. She needs to, she needs to shake the tree. If she still wants these guys' advice, that's cute. That's fine. But she needs to get an honest to goodness, legit general manager in that place. They pissed off Jerry West. They alienated even Magic Johnson because he was talking about all that backstabbing. I don't know what she's going to do. And you know what, Randy? I think she is. I think she might be the more responsible and wise of the Buss kids, but that don't mean it's wise enough to make that team work.
Yeah, you're right, because the report I read today, she has full confidence in Rob Pelinka as the general manager, and I think that's mistake one. I think if I'm the owner of the Lakers, if I'm Jeannie Buss, hi guys, if I'm Jeannie Buss, I got to clear house. I got to clean house and start over, and I've got to get some legitimate advice from people that I trust, not just the people like Phil Jackson, Magic Johnson, LeBron James. I've got to go outside the organization and get some help there.
And I understand relying on those guys. Like those guys have tons of basketball experience and knowledge and wisdom.
I get that.
And lots of organizations do it, lean on their greats and their legends. But there's one thing to ask those guys for advice. And it's one thing to actually be taking direction, the actual executive actions of the team from these guys who you're not employing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't have a stake in whether or not these decisions go well or not, outside of they'd love to see the Lakers succeed, but they're not attached to this financially. Their jobs aren't on the line.
There's nothing that their words are going to say that's going to hurt them. It's only going to hurt her. I bought this land and I said, I'm going to build a house in this land. So I went to Randy and I said, Randy, I was thinking about building materials. What do you suggest? And he said, listen to me, trust me. I've been friends for 30 years. Avocado pits. You mash them up and you mix them with a little bit of dirt, and then you make bricks out of them. And avocado pits, it's the wave of the future. And I appreciated the advice, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll build a shed out of that because I am intrigued by the process. But here's what I did. I trusted an actual contractor, somebody whose job and business it is to build houses. So yeah, Randy had some interesting ideas, and I even asked the contractor about those ideas, and he told me what he thought of that. It was all fine. So Randy is a trusted friend and advisor. Of course, I'll listen to him. There's no reason for me not to. But when it came down to it, when the money is on the line, you get the person for sure who knows what they're doing, and you put them in that position to win. And that's what Jeannie Buss needs to do. She needs to get a GM in there who knows the hell they're doing.
And that includes money. I mean, because look, Magic Johnson, Phil Jackson, these guys know ball. Kurt Rambis, they understand the game. But we're talking about when you construct a roster, a lot of that has to do with who are my role players going to be. The Lakers gave away quality role players, and the guys they picked up, they're not any good.
Yeah.
Who is going to deserve massive amounts of money? Who can we get on the cheap? What can we do to be below the luxury tax, for instance, or at least close to it? Because when you're 45 million over, you're not even trying. And if you go over the luxury tax, and I don't have a problem with teams doing that, you're doing it for a championship team, not for a team that can't even make the play-in game.
Well, heads do need to roll.
And the wrong one did.
You set up for success. And if it don't work, the heads need to roll. It needed to be Pelinka. You're right, not Vogel. I mean, Chief Skull's got an issue, and I don't have any cats, so we're gonna have to defer to Keon for this. He sent over a picture of him watching the baseball on the big TV, and then on his laptop, he's got the Daily Blender on the YouTube, so he's watching everything, and his cat is like right up in his face. And he's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get anything accomplished with this cat that won't get off of me. And so, Keon, what advice do you have for Chief Skull to get the pussy cat off of his chest?
It's going to be real simple advice. Just move the cat. Like, I don't know.
Does he hurl it? Does he spray it with the water?
Get out of here. Just move him. Just move him. I mean, like, eventually, if the cat comes back, you just move him again. The cat will get the idea. The reason why, if they're close to your computer, cats just like warm stuff. If your computer's warm, then they're just going to want to sit on it. But
Chief Skull looks like he has an awful lot of nice things and breakable things, picture frames and knickknacks and these things and stuff. So you know what cats will do, though, if you're not careful, they'll just walk over there, stare you right in the eye, and push crap off the shelf and break it. So. I don't know. I guess you have a cage for the cat? I feel like if I had a cat, there'd have to be a cage involved.
No, I don't have a cage.
I don't know. Sorry, Chief Skull. You're kind of on your own, buddy. Hattie Lefty says, is Mitch Kupchak open to his old job? Maybe.
Was Mitch Kupchak good? He got there were a lot of championship teams there, but when Shaq and Kobe weren't there.
Could anything be worse?
That's true. I mean, it couldn't be worse than this.
Ukla says, yeah, Lakers suck. How does that stick in the craw? as big smile. Not sure what your problem is, Keon. Oh, I think what Ukla is clumsily trying to say is good. The Lakers suck. That should actually make you happy.
No, I'm just, what sticks in my craw is just I think Jeannie Buss is ducking a little responsibility for the team that she owns.
Yep.
That's what sticks in my craw.
I don't think she knows any better. I think she's realizing it now. Maybe that will teach her to do one thing right. Get a good GM. That's it. That's all she needs to do.
That's where you got to start.
Yep. Let's see. How many texts can I read off real fast? Boogie wants to know if our rodeo programming will also include the real rodeo clown wives of Tucson. Now that I'd listen to. Boomer Sooner says Bulls are angry because they keep kicking them in their ribs with sharp spurs. That's how they get them to do that. And he says, I heard Radio Ron saying you'd be perfect for the rodeo broadcast. Well, I'll have to use that voice, won't I? That's it. All right, guys, 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going, and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contests, prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down, because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harvard Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Well, for a moment, I was like, wow, there goes the Celtics, huh? Then, well, here come the Bucks. Yeah, they got about a 10-point lead over the Bucks, but they were up by more a moment ago. So sounds like you're going to have a pretty good game going there in Boston. So we'll keep an eye on that for you and give you some updates as they become available. Kiss the Cook says Chief Skull. By the way, Chief Skull has an issue. He's trying to watch the ball game, his Twins. He's trying to watch the Daily Blender on his YouTube on his laptop, but his cat is all up in his business, all over him and in his face. He's like, I don't know what to do with this cat. So Kiss the Cook says, before I tell you how to get the pussycat off your chest, is it a Chewbacca or a what? I don't know if I should continue reading that because I'm not sure if that's dirty. Chief Skull says, you don't hurl this cat, by the way. She will kick some tail. She's a bruiser. She pushes drinks off the table constantly. She goes Mike Tyson on the dog. She walked away when she heard you talking about her. Oh, I've been saved. Oh, no, she's back. I don't know, man. I'm a dog person, so I've got nothing on this. No idea.
All I know is my cat is well aware of the situation that he can be moved at any and all times. That is just, if I am not comfortable or if I need to see something, he got to go.
You got to teach the cat who's boss. And that's why they came up with the word catapult. That's you're throw the cat, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, well, I've never done that.
They've designed catapults for that.
I'm not saying hurt the cat. I'm just saying, move the cat to another area with velocity and, arc, Hefty Lefty says, if you want to get rid of the cat, just show it love. Say, oh, please stay with me. And it'll do the exact opposite. That actually sounds wise.
That could work. Yeah.
So there you go, Chief Skull. Yeah. You got to shower that cat with affection. Say, I love you so much. And then it will
some ear scratches,
Yeah.
It'll hide under the refrigerator. Cowboy Sparky says, any word out of ASU baseball about the top shortstop in high school coming to Tempe?
We have no idea.
He goes, okay, fine. Speaking of rodeo, Arizona has a team. Huh? Am I right? Dodger Danny says, a cat has 9 lives for a reason. It always lands on its feet. You can give it a healthy toss, though, so it'll be all right. Ukla says, a little water goes a long way with the felines. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can squirt it with the water, I guess.
Yeah, they don't like that.
They'll murder you in your sleep, but it'll work for the moment. Fish Tank says, I think I'm a little behind, but I finished the Outer Range show, and I really enjoyed it. Only 8 episodes, though. You can blaze through it. It is a dark show. And when I say dark, I'm talking visibly. It's like the lighting is so low lighting, and you could barely see a silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, can you do the fandango? So you could barely see the guy sometimes. It was kind of cinematically interesting.
If they sent a bolt of lightning, very, very frightening to me. Galileo.
Figaro. Sorry. Yeah, this hour is starting out weird, isn't it?
I think there was another Galileo in there.
Listen, come on, man. Moist One says Lakers should hire Adrian Brody as their head coach.
Really?
Perfect. Let's see. Mr. Pink Eye says there should be a 1580 The Fanatic mechanical bull riding contest at that Blender Bender resort party.
Wow.
Write that down. Prison Wallet says cats are angry because bulls are angry because I don't think that's true. I can't read that.
They put a strap around them. Yes, they do.
They put a
strap when you bull riding. If you notice, there's a guy at the end of the container there before they fling the door open. When they fling the door open, the bull turns and he pulls that strap tight. And it's right across their genobles.
Their nuts?
Yep.
That's real?
That's why they're so damn angry.
Okay, we got to stop bullfighting and stop bull riding. It's just not right. It's just not right.
And then you see the guy come out there, the radio clown comes out there and unhooks them, and they settle down, and then you could drive them off out of the.
I feel like the bowl needs is like an ice pack.
I'm sure they get them. Yeah.
No wonder these Bulls are mad. That's horrible.
The Bulls not wrong.
Shooter McGavin says, did anyone watch the LA Kings game on the 4-letter network last night? The woman play-by-play announcer was nails on a chalkboard. Was it because she was a woman, or is it just because you didn't like that person's voice? It is surprising to have a woman calling hockey, though. I'll tell you that. Number one's Rattlers fan says, Ass Pirates are going down Saturday. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Does Keon want to meet me for a beer? Maybe have a beer before the game, Keon? Well, want to have a beer with number one Rattler fan?
I'll be here.
You want to have a beer? Don't make it weird.
No, not making it weird. We're gonna have to rain check on it though, because I'll be here and I trying to get here early and stuff so I can.
Why does number one Rattlers fan want to meet Keon for a beer?
What's beer?
Why not you and I as well? Could it be because of what happened earlier on the Daily Blender?
What happened earlier in the Daily Blender? He's trying to get invited to one of Keon's parties.
Well, there's no party, so I can't.
Wink, wink. There's no party.
I can't invite you to anything.
Yeah, got it.
You don't have to wink.
Received 100%.
There is literally no party.
Boogie says Lakers should bring back Phil Jackson to coach. Well, he's always hanging around with her, and then they say, "Oh, we're not boyfriend girlfriend. We're just friends now." Hefty Lefty says Lakers should hire John Elway as the GM. The man is a solid GM as long as he doesn't have to evaluate quarterbacks. And lucky for him,
there aren't.
Basketball has no quarterbacks.
So John Elway could be fine. And actually, I mean, I don't know if they've tried to recently, but I remember a few years back they tried to hire Phil back, but he's got heart problems and traveling with the team is going to be tough, so he can't do it.
See, I don't have a problem with all of these great thoughts about who the Lakers need to hire as GM and what Jeannie Bush, Phil Jackson, Jeannie Bush.
It's Bus.
Bus, yeah. Anyway, I don't have a problem because I hate the Lakers anyway. I think you guys know that by now, right? So I don't know why we're trying to rectify the problem.
There's nothing to
Jeannie Bush and Phil Jack. What?
It's Bus. And there's nothing to rectify because she believes in Rob Pelinka. She said so herself. And that's a bad idea.
But and for all the old basketball players giving advice, as you know, they all ride the bus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that, Jeffrey. I think they should keep Rob Pelinka and also Russell Westbrook should stay on the team.
Sure, why not?
At all times.
So, speaking of quarterbacks, Keon, your Commandos drafted Sam Howell as a quarterback. And what they didn't know when they drafted him is the following. Sam Howell has never tried a burger or a steak, and he also will not eat seafood. The only meat he's ever had his entire life is chicken. Discuss.
I don't know. I don't know what there is to discuss.
He orders chicken tenders when he goes to a steakhouse. He brings his own tenders to the team dinners.
I think it's foolish. Like if you're gonna look, if you want chicken tenders, if you want chicken tenders, that's fine. Just why go to a steakhouse and then order chicken tenders?
The point is, he's never had steak.
What the hell is going on here?
That's his problem. I don't know.
How do you not ever have a burger or steak? What have you drafted, Keon?
A guy that likes chicken a lot? I don't know.
He's about this close to a vegan, and the vegans are totally weak.
I mean, but you can't be that close to a vegan if you eat lots of chicken.
But he eats chicken.
Close. I didn't say he was.
He eats chicken. He doesn't eat steak. What's going on here?
Why am I answering for Sam Howell? I don't know.
He's your player.
Team.
Yeah, as of like a couple of weeks ago. I don't know anything about Sam Howell's life, and honestly,
is he Canadian? Says Cowboy Sparky. That's a fair question.
He likes fried chicken, so that's all right in my book. I don't know.
He said fried. He said chicken tenders. That's not even good chicken. That's just
you have to fry
5-year-old chicken.
You have to fry chicken tenders.
You don't have to.
You don't have
to.
You
got to bread it.
Yeah,
and then you got to fry it. Chicken tender.
They are.
I wonder if the breadcrumbs get out of it, like he puts those chicken tenders in his pocket, and he takes them with him. I'm just saying, there's something wrong with your quarterback,
Take
man.
care of y'all chicken.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't like steak, doesn't eat burgers. That's his problem. I don't know.
He doesn't like it. He's never had it. How does he know he doesn't like it?
Well, he doesn't know. He hasn't given it a chance. But that's his problem. I will eat enough delicious burgers in my life for me and Sam Howell, quite frankly.
Kyle G, I think they did. Kyle G, I think they did. He says, did the Commandos draft Sunshine from Remember the Titans?
Did Sunshine only eat chicken? I'm not understanding the connection. And Sam Howell doesn't look like the guy. Like Trevor Lawrence looks more like Sunshine than Sam Howell does. But
Hefty Lefty says the guy sounds like Golden Arm from Blue Mountain State. The whole life has been regimented by his father to become a pro quarterback. Tony Mandrich all over again.
Could be.
I just how can you not ever try steak
Take
or a
care of y'all
burger?
chicken.
I don't know. Look,
how do you become a quarterback?
A good burger is hard to pass up on, and steak is like one of my favorite foods. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you trust a guy who's never had a steak or a burger?
I
mean, it's all right if you
I don't
taste
see
it.
why
You're like,
not.
I tried it, I hated it. Oh, I just don't like it. Like, okay, I find that weird, but that's your mouth. Power to you. But he refuses to try one.
Does he? This is even more serious. Does he believe by eating chicken tenders that he is indeed a vegan?
No,
I just said he's this close to being.
I know, but does he indeed believe because he does not partake of the red meat, he is
just reading from his
vegan?
Just reading from his quotes earlier, it really just seems like he doesn't look. He looks at steak and burgers. It doesn't look appealing to him, and he's never tried it. He's not at all an adventurous person.
That son of a bitch takes walks in softball too.
Yeah.
888-368 folks.
Your mic was trying to run away from your face.
The hell was that? So now
Mike is disgusted about the quarterback that won't eat steak.
He's like, I want a piece of him. So your quarterback, there's going to be problems there. There's going to be problems that you'll never see or hear from him again.
He was drafted in the 5th round. I'm not going to lose sleep over a 5th round quarterback that doesn't eat steak.
Well, I remember you were like, oh, this guy won't have promise.
I
this
like
guy
him.
has no promise now.
Zero promise. I think he had the best deep ball accuracy of anybody in this entire draft. That is worth something.
Or if somebody were to get him to eat a steak or hamburger, suddenly that's like, then all of a sudden he's got more of the protein. He's amped up and he becomes the best quarterback to ever play the game.
You can get a lot of protein from just eating chicken, though. So I don't see.
But why would you do that?
Because he likes chicken.
No, why would you get protein from chicken when you could get it from steak, Keon? It's just
because
you can do
science.
Because you can do both. They both have protein.
But there's steak. Keon, don't defend your quarterback.
I just don't understand
what
you're asking.
It's not a good look.
They both have protein in it.
But the other one's steak.
Chicken.
Okay.
Why am I explaining this to you? You should know better, Keon.
Okay, I'm just saying. Dwayne the Rock Johnson does a whole workout and then eats
there's so many steroids going through his body he can't think straight.
Chicken breasts. All I'm saying is that chicken does it just fine.
Take care of y'all chicken.
Now
I too would prefer the steak, but I'm not going to tell Sam Howell, how he gets his protein.
How do you know The Rock eats 4 chicken breasts?
Because he puts it all on the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he eats,
everything but
the
steroids.
And quite frankly, it is an alarming amount of food.
Kyle G says, secretly give him some chicken fried steak in strips. He'll never know. I think he'd know pretty quick.
If you've never had steak and then suddenly you're eating steak.
Or chicken fried steak even, you wouldn't be fooled.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be impossible to fool you, that you only know one flavor.
Big George says, did the Commandos draft a former co-host of the Blender? I'm sorry, Keon, but you guys are screwed. It's looking that way. It is looking that way.
I mean, listen, Carson Wentz eats steak and that's not helping him. So to me, look, just play well.
Cowboy Sparky says,
chicken.
This guy must be Russian. Ukla says, need to take care of your chicken, Radio Pal. Always do. Dick Whisker says, is Jackie Moon available? I think he'd be great as the Lakers GM.
There we go.
Would make a lot of sense.
There we go.
Dodger Danny says, you want to fix Lakers problems, get rid of the West Brick. He's not a winner. He'll never win a championship.
Well, no, we don't want to get the Lakers fixed.
And actually,
we were just discussing it and laughing about it.
Yeah.
Jeannie Bush.
But Westbrook was actually one of the brighter spots this season. He's just not a good fit for the team. But in terms of
no, he needs to stay.
How he's played, he played better than everybody not named LeBron.
Number one Rattler fan says, "Oh, my mistake. I thought Keon would be at the game. Well, if you guys are there, let's meet for a beer." No chance, number one Rattler fan. We will not be your sloppy seconds. Randy and I have dignity.
We've got
always dignity. Boogie says, Jeannie Bush? No, it's Bus. It's Jeannie Bus. Everybody stop. Moist one says, so cats want to sit on warm things. Interesting. I may have to set my pants on fire next time I'm in Old Town Scottsdale. All right.
What?
Wow.
What? Yeah, I'm trying to talk about some quarterback stuff here, so stop it.
More direct than I thought.
So now, Fish Tank, his quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa, and let me just say, they gave him weapons. They're giving him a chance. They've surrounded him with stuff, and you could get excited when you see him throw a ball to Tyreek Hill in a Miami Dolphins hype video. If you've seen the video, the one thing you take away from it is they should have never made that slow motion. Why? Because you can see that he very, very badly underthrows Tyreek Hill in that video with no pressure on him. And they're just throwing the ball around, and he way underthrows him. So right there, that is the opposite of hype. And so I'm sorry, Fish Tank. I am sorry for your loss is to come.
I mean, I don't think that that's going to tell me that Tua isn't going to have a great season, but when the ball's just barely getting there, it doesn't look good. You at least protect Tua from this. This is you just set this guy up to be roasted on the internet, if nothing else, mercilessly. The term is hit him in stride, not hit him and I gotta go back and get it. That's not how it works when you're playing a real game. Look, Tua's arm strength has always been his Achilles heel. It's the one thing that a quarterback really needs to have that he doesn't have. Everything else, the intelligence, he can process, he throws with anticipation, he's got all that other stuff. And so, it's going to help him to throw the ball to Tyreek, before he's open. But the ball looked like it sure took an awful long time to get there.
Tyreek he could do lines drills. He's like up, back, ball. He could have repeated that a couple times for that slow ass ball got there.
Just a slow motion duck that he threw.
The throw is at full speed. Anyway, so sorry, Fish Tank. It does not look good for your Miami Dolphins. Why are you doubling down on your support for Tua there, Keon?
Because I think that he can still be a good quality quarterback, but he's going to have to use his other skills. It's not the arm strength. That's just not his game. But I've always liked him. I thought he was a good draft pick at the time.
You mean
stand by
his other skills, like his nunchuck skills, his BS skills?
No,
his macaroni eating skills,
his accuracy when he throws the football is
accuracy. Did you see how far he underthrew that ball?
Yeah, because of the arm strength. But I'm talking about that it
was accurate for an interception.
The short to intermediate throws, though, that's where Tua is great with ball placement. If a defender is nearby and wide receiver's running a 15-yard route, okay, right into his wheelhouse of range that he can throw, he's going to put the ball where only his guy can get it, or nobody else has a chance. Like, that's the kind of stuff he does really well. Or he knows when his guy is going to be open. He puts the ball out there before his receiver even turns around. Like, that's stuff that you want an NFL quarterback to be able to do. Unfortunately, the passes where you've got to go 40, 45 yards downfield, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, that's a flick of the wrist for them. It's a wind up and a crow hop for Tua.
Hefty Lefty says, who didn't underthrow their new receiver on a deep ball against no defense, no pads, and beautiful weather? Russell Wilson. That is true.
Well, yeah, Russell Wilson's won a Super Bowl. I don't think it's fair to compare him to Tua, but yeah, he's supposed to do that.
Fighting Wampa says, I hope Hill brought his lawn chair with him to Florida. He's going to be sitting in a lot of on the field waiting for a ball just to finally drop out of the sky.
Oh my God, it looked like a punt.
It's good to have that, Fighting Wampa. All right, we must take break. We'll come back. We'll talk some more NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
NBA and NHL playoff action coming up on Thursday night. The Suns with a 3-2 series lead against the Mavericks play in Dallas. Phoenix favored by 2. And the Heat and Sixers will play in Philadelphia. Miami leads that series 3-2, but Philadelphia is favored by 2. 4 NHL playoff games coming up on Thursday. Boston at home, a -130 favorite against the Carolina Hurricanes. Tampa Bay at home, a -120 favorite against the Toronto Maple Leafs. St. Louis, a -115 favorite at home against the Minnesota Wild. And Edmonton, a -150 favorite on the road against the Kings. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
There are so many words to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. The chicken, juicy, succulent, seared. The brioche roll, buttery and toasty. The Parmesan crisps, crunchy, tangy. The secret aioli, creamy and rich. All those words. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera's new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. Enjoy $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit panerabread.com/delivery info.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
What do a 450-year-old author and a bottle of 4 times distilled vodka have in common? Let's compare Shakespeare, shall we? Shakespeare, the man, the epitome of playwriting, the OG of live theater, the standard by which all others are compared. Shakespeare, the vodka, an original Polish spirit crafted from a recipe 12 centuries old with an unwavering attention to smoothness and purity, the standard by which all others should be compared. Maybe they're not so different after all. Shakespeare vodka is the Shakespeare of vodkas.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports.
NCAA football, NASCAR racing, Arizona Rapids football, golf, Vegas Lakers, March Madness, NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday, May 11th. The NBA playoffs heating up, and you can take every game and make it feel like Game 7 on FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA throughout all the playoffs. All customers can place no sweat same game parlay each week. You get up to $20 in free bets if you don't win. So you could like tomorrow night, you can take the Suns, you can take Booker to score over 20, CP3 with plus 10 rebounds or plus 10 assists. You get DeAndre Ayton in there, get him in the action. Maybe he goes double-double. Maybe he goes, 18 points. Maybe he goes, 18 points, 9 rebounds, something like that in the final score. You're building your same game parlay right like that. It's easy to do. And if you don't like that, there's other same game parlays that they have going on the FanDuel. There's that area as well. FanDuel's got so many ways to play. Best of all, when you do win, you'll get paid faster than a fast break. New to FanDuel, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code Randy1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Once again, that promo code is Randy1580. And if you're already an account holder, you're all set to bet, no sweat. Either way, you get $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs does not win. FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342, Jeffco.
All right, let's talk some NFL, shall we? As I know that there is a basketball game on, another one later on tonight. Yes, I know that the Bucks are making it interesting with the Celtics, but we got to talk some NFL because right now I have a little something called NFL players who should shoosh. That's right. There's some NFL players that really do need to shoosh, and one of them is DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is saying this about his little interactions with Tyreek Hill. Now, you know, Tyreek Hill, when he's not injured, probably the fastest man on a football field. DK Metcalf thinks he's the fastest man on a football field. And DK Metcalf says, listen, I just got a different kind of speed. There's cheetah speed, but then I got DK speed. He says, but that's just me. And then Hill says, oh, yeah, well, put up $50,000. Money goes to any charity you want. If you win, and let's do this. He says, I got receipts. I DM'd you and you were scared. Okay. So Metcalf topped out at 22.64 miles an hour. Remember when he chased down Buda Baker last year? And Tyreek Hill, his top speed, 22.6 miles an hour against the Vikings back in 2019. So if we put these two guys up together, I still think Tyreek Hill is going to beat DK Metcalf. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. I mean,
then DK Metcalf needs to shoosh.
I mean, we've seen it out there on the football field. DK Metcalf is plenty fast and horrifyingly fast for someone of his size. But Tyreek Hill is moving at another gear that other guys just don't have in this league. And
I just love when DK Metcalf got in his head that he was going to be. Didn't he try out for the Olympics or something and he got smoked? Or was that Tyreek Hill?
No, DK. I don't know if it was a tryout for the Olympics, but it was an actual track and field event with actual track runners. He finished in the middle of the pack. He was like 5th or 6th. Everybody thought he was going to be like last. Like, how dare DK Metcalf over or underestimate these guys? You know, DK's pretty damn fast.
I thought I'd heard he got smoked, but okay. Middle of the pack is not bad, but for all the amount you talk, you know. You should have won the damn thing. Usain Bolt should have shivered in his boots on that. But so now they're getting ready. I guess they're going to, I don't think they should do this because if I was a team, I'd tell them, don't do that right now. We need you to not hurt yourself trying to beat DK Metcalf, or DK, we need you to not hurt yourself trying to beat Tyreek Hill because that's how hamstrings get pulled, and that's how games get missed, and that's how playoffs get missed, and that's how Super Bowls get lost. I would be completely against this if I were the Seahawks or the Dolphins on this.
Yeah, 100%. If you're going to hurt yourself, I mean, can we get something out of that? Or when you're racing somebody, it's just for who is this for? And you are putting yourself at risk every time you run, tearing an Achilles or anything else. I just don't see what good this does. And I also think it's weird that neither team has stepped in to say, all right, that's enough.
Sorry, my dog is aggressively trying to chase his tail right now. I mean, like he's trying to get a hold of it. He gets a hold of it and he's angry that he can't yank it off. I think this dog might be crazy. It's very distracting. And then, of course, AJ Brown said he bet $50,000 on Metcalf to win. Then he says, no, I only bet $5,000. So who's taking this action? So the NFL posted it that he took this action is there an online sports book with this, or was AJ Brown admitting to illegal betting? Because if so, he needs to shush.
Well, he could bet on that. He can bet on a race between a couple of guys, but he can't bet on his games.
The NFL is very weird about what you can bet on, though. You know what I mean?
Well, this is not a football game.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't risk it. And it doesn't seem like he's probably making that bet with a reputable NFL-sponsored sports book. See what I'm saying? This could cause problems.
Well, I
mean,
you
know how many times these guys go out on the golf course, and they're playing a round of golf, and they go, all right, this hole's $10,000.
That's different. They just hear 10,000 between each
other.
I
think it's the same thing going on here.
But he just announced to the world he put money on it. It's like, well, this is not an official sports book kind of bet, which means the money he put on it, not legal.
Well,
he didn't use DraftKings. He didn't use FanDuel.
I'll put five large on DK Metcalf. That's what he said.
I'm just saying, there's so many problems with this. There could be so many problems with this.
I think most of the problems come down to either DK or Tyreek might injure themselves trying to be faster than the other guy.
Fighting Wampa says, so I'm stuck in traffic right now, and there's a guy next to me driving down the road with his left leg hanging out the window.
Nice.
He says, that's a man card violation, right? No, I'm pretty sure it might be against the law.
Yeah, he's the driver and his leg is out the window.
Yeah, but what are you doing? Texting. So who's in more control right now, Fighting Wampa? You or the guy with the leg hanging out? Yeah. To say that about the leg, no, not a man card violation. Might be just might just be dumb. Could be a Darwin Award on the horizon for somebody like that. But I don't know. It's not a good idea to put your legs up. If you're sitting in the front seat and you put your legs up on the dashboard from the passenger side, if there's a wreck, well, you're in trouble because that airbag is going to destroy you. If your leg is up and one leg is down and you're driving and the airbag hits you, or who knows, you could lose a leg out the window. That could destroy you. No man card violation, but that is pretty damn stupid, Fighting Wampa. What kind of car is he driving? That's what I'm kind of curious about. By the way, speaking of cars, 7-Eleven's got a deal. Now, we talked about in the beginning of the show that, you don't want to eat a hot dog off of that roller. But if you win this, the good news is you can repaint it. What am I talking about? 7-Eleven is giving away a custom Ford Mustang GT painted to look like a 7-Eleven storefront. So it's got the green and red stripes on it. I don't like Mustangs to begin with, but if you hand me something green, white, orange, and red with stripes and it says 7-Eleven, you're damn right I'm painting it. But they work with Galpin Auto Sports, so who do Pimp My Ride. And here's the features: has a Slurpee shaped gear shift, a night owl hood ornament, and then it has a triangular cup holder to hold your pizza slice. That nasty ass pizza slice you get at 7-Eleven in a little box. So you have to enter a sweepstakes by I guess buying stuff at the 7-Eleven with their app. The Speedway app is what they call it, and or their 7 Now delivery app. Who's ordering delivery from 7-Eleven?
Somebody is.
Wow.
Somewhere.
I guess 11 bought Speedway last year for $21 billion, so that's why they're involved. I guess we'll just go to the 7-Eleven website. If you want to win this thing, by all means do. Just know you can paint it. By God, you can paint it. Boomer Sooner says, my mistake, or does 7-Eleven have a NASCAR out there? Do they have a NASCAR, Randy?
Used to. I don't think they still do. No. They used to sponsor, what's his name? Petty's son. Richard Petty's son.
Bob Petty.
No.
Oh. I just figured it'd be Bob. Hefty Lefty says, DK Metcalf has a legit shot if it's 100 yards. Hill is too quick off the line, though, in a 40.
Kyle Petty.
Okay. Kyle Petty has a decent shot if it's 100 yards, but Hill is too quick off the line.
Kyle Petty drove the 7-Eleven car.
Well, of course he's going to win if he drives a car. Tyreek Hill's running.
No. Kyle Petty was the NASCAR. Randy. No.
By the way, the Bucks are back. They're trailing 62-59 right now.
Holy moly.
Yeah, Celtics actually just scored. It was 60-59 before that. So somehow they've clawed their way back into this ballgame.
Commando Duke says any distance under 60 meters favors Tyreek Hill. Anything 100 and over, DK wins. I don't know about that. Fighting Wampa says, we still don't have word on the kind of car. Kiss the Cook says, I have not eaten steak in 44 years.
Wow.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Mm-hmm.
Nondescript says, maybe he thinks he found the fountain of youth if he only orders off the kids menu. That's Sam Howell, quarterback.
Maybe. I mean,
not worth it. Silver
good.
Pops says, at this point, that quarterback's life, does he have steak? If he eats a steak, it might taste like chicken anyway. I don't know about that. Maybe he had COVID. I don't know. I'm sorry,
this has been his whole life. I mean, I don't apologize to me. I'm not the one missing out on steak.
I just can't. I can't fathom a guy who's in the NFL that only eats chicken tenders.
Well, he doesn't just eat chicken tenders. He eats chicken, but he prefers the tenders. The tenders are
chicken tenders.
That's his favorite of the chicken.
Oh my God.
Who's eating chicken tufts? You know?
Well,
I also have bad news for Hefty Lefty. Hefty Lefty is a Broncos fan, and now the word is Magic Johnson has reportedly joined a group that is bidding to own the Denver Broncos. I apologize for this because of Magic's involvement with the Lakers. It ain't helped, so I can't imagine this is a good thing for the Broncos.
Well, I don't know what Magic's responsible for. I mean, if she's just asking him for advice, I don't know what Magic. Like I said, I don't know what Magic's responsible for. He doesn't get a paycheck. He's not on the payroll. I don't think that anything with the Lakers is necessarily Magic's fault, so much as the general manager stinks, and no one seems to have a problem with him being there.
Sorry for your loss, Hefty. Sorry for your loss. Bruno Baller says, poor Bruce Jacobs. Looks like his Rangers season might end tonight. More than likely. Boomer Sooner says, yeah, Jeffrey, I think Metcalf wins in 100. He'll catch little Tyreek by the time they get there. If it is a 40, Tyreek wins. That seems to be what you guys all think, but how do you know Tyreek can't sustain for 100? I mean, just because he's faster off the line doesn't mean he can't sustain it.
Yeah, and especially with the fact that he weighs less and he's smaller, you would think that a longer distance might even further favor him, just because he's carrying less weight. He's having to push his body not nearly as hard as DK would have to push his, because he's a bigger, heavier person.
We have to end the show soon because I can smell the shrimp being cooked. We were inspired by the other day being shrimp day, and I'm sitting here, you're talking, and I'm like, oh, shrimp.
Oh, my stomach.
Shrimp's happening.
You got Randy over here eating brisket. You're getting shrimp. I'm gonna have to do something nice for myself. For
you do have to do something nice for yourself. Dodger Danny says Magic is helping the Dodgers win the World Series this year.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Danny.
Kiss the Cook says years ago, 7-Eleven used to serve sub sandwiches in the Big Un double hamburger. I would never touch it. I would never touch the Big Un. Hefty Lefty says, I'm a Lakers fan too. I'm all for Magic being part of the ownership group of the Broncos. He cares about winning. He's also part owner of the Dodgers, and that's worked out pretty solid. Yeah, well, he's got that stank of loss of the Lakers, but you're a Laker fan, so I guess you're used to that stank of loss. So good luck with Magic Johnson. Moist One says, I need some honey walnut shrimp from Panda. I had some of that the other day, and I got to be honest with you, it ain't what it used to be. You know what I mean?
No.
It ain't what it used to be. Yeah. All right, taking break. Come back. Big George's sports history and stuff. I don't care. Whatever happens to get me to my shrimp. The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Yes. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contests, prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and King Kitten says he's barbecuing some chicken skewers there. Nice. He says the ones from Safeway already to drop on the grill there. Got the bell peppers and onions on there. Yeah, I just,
nice.
I've just never been into skewers. You know what I mean? Because what happens is you get the food, the meat there, but there's these bell peppers and onions. What am I going to do with that? You know what I mean? It's just, no. Got no use for that, but you enjoy King of Kittens. Good on you, my man. 888-368-1580. I got a big old wheel of sports that needs to be spun, so let's get to the on this date in Big George's sports history. Let's do that right now. Back in the year 1950, after fans boo him for misplaying a ball, Ted Williams made an inappropriate gesture with his middle finger 3 times, once to left, once to center, and once to right. That was at the Red Sox fans sitting in the outfield stands. His own fans. During his next at bat, the booing continued, and the splendid splinter became the splendid spitter as he steps outside of the box and at everybody.
Huh.
After his, that's that
is changing the way that I view Ted Williams.
That's some cranky stuff right there, man. Was he known as a Ty Cobb kind of guy, or is it just they just finally got on him too much and he went after? Because I'd like to see how he got over that.
Probably hit a home run.
Yeah. But anyways, there you go. Thanks, George. 888-368-1580. Cheese Skull says, this is what chicken nuggets are made from. Yeah, we've all seen the pictures of that pink goo that is just pouring into the machine and stuff. I don't think, I don't think anybody cares. We know what it's made from. We know what hot dogs are made from. We're still going to eat them. Still going to take that hot dog and might even dip it in some peanut butter and eat it raw. Might just do that. You've never done that?
No.
You can't try it. It's actually very good. A cold hot dog with peanut butter on it. Just eat it raw. What was that?
That was Miss Kim.
She's screaming.
She was sneezing.
I thought she was screaming in horror. What I just said.
That was her. That's her sneeze. That's Miss Kim's sneeze.
Those two flavors in my head don't gel.
Seriously, you got to try everything at least once. Like mayonnaise and peanut butter, just rub a little taste together. That's good stuff, man. I can't be the only one who has done that with. I put peanut butter on bologna. You ever done that? Peanut butter and bologna, roll it up. It's a nice little snack.
Peanut butter and meats. I don't put those two things together.
You need to understand, I haven't always made this much money. And I got a taste for some of those kinds of things,
That's fair.
I'm sitting there, my wife gives me a turkey sausage to chop up and put in the pan. As I'm standing there, she can't understand the joy as I look at a million pieces of bologna that are frying in front of me and starting to do that bubble thing. And you're like, oh, that's the bologna sandwiches right there. She don't get it. All right. So what do you say we spin the wheel of sports, Randy? Let's do that. We got a lot of stories here. I don't care about soccer. I don't know who these people are, and I don't know the teams. I don't know if this is a good player. But a fellow by the name of Garodonidens de Bordeaux Marcelo, we'll just call him Marcelo, was dropped by the Olympique Lyonnais. I believe that's the Lions.
Okay.
Because of the following reason. Continuous farting and laughing. He got demoted by the soccer team because he wouldn't stop farting and laughing during inspirational speeches by the managers and stuff. They said the inappropriate behavior of Marcelo in the locker room and after the match justifies our decision, which was taken unanimously by the management team. So I think what happened was the guy was trying to give us some passionate speech, and all of a sudden he just was like farting on cue, and then he's laughing. And you know how it goes. You start laughing, you start farting, you start laughing, you fart more. Everybody's laughing, and it probably just made him feel stupid. And so they're like, okay, well, he's got to go. We can't do that. So he got demoted. So I almost feel like it's a man card accreditation, but I don't know enough about him to know if that's really what it is. Mm-hmm. But Marcelo had signed a new contract with him a few months before the start of the season. And, I guess this is probably the end for him.
How old do you think he is?
I'd imagine he's got to be like 25.
He's 34.
34?
There's no age limit on that being funny.
Come on, man.
There's no age limit on giggling uncontrollably while farting while somebody's like, and let me tell you men something. Come on, Marcelo. And let me tell you men something. And I'm very serious. As my mother was dying, her last words were, Marcelo.
I'm not saying there's an age limit on it. I imagined a younger person when you started the story, like, 19, 20, just doesn't know any better.
Stops being old. Nursing home, there's dudes in there giggling at each other.
But my question is, when you're a 34-year-old soccer player doing this, how did nobody notice before that this is something that you did? Or did you just decide one day, yeah, you know what?
I think he decided he didn't respect the director or the manager, and then that was going on, and he's just having fun with it. He's like, I don't even want to be here. That's the only thing I can imagine. But like I said, I don't know enough. So if somebody knows better, if somebody knows better, they can tell us. But all I know is he's, at this moment, kind of a hero to us. Spin the wheel, Randy. So PGA is flexing their muscles there and denying golfers their waiver requests to play the Saudi-backed LIV golf league. What are they calling it? Is it LIV or LIV?
I believe it's LIV.
I believe it's LIV too.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an event in London, and they've stepped up and said, yeah, we've notified those who have been applied that their request has been declined in accordance with the PGA Tour tournament regulations. As such, tour members are not authorized to participate in the Saudi Golf League's London event under our regulations.
Oh, boy.
So I don't know what happens next on something like this. Are people going to quit the PGA Tour? Or, I mean, can they? Are they contractually obligated season to season?
Well, they don't have to quit the PGA Tour. I mean, if the PGA pushes hard enough, I guess you'd have to. But when you have some of these big name guys that are going, is the PGA going to really turn down that money? If Tiger Woods says, I want to play at one of these Saudi-backed events, and then I'll come back and play the PGA tournament that's coming up the week after, is the PGA going to say no?
There's a difference in that star level and what you can get away with. But then again, Phil didn't get away with it either, did he?
Well, Phil criticized the Saudis before then deciding he was going to still play.
Well, if you want to mince work
event. Well, because I'm just saying, because this isn't the PGA enforcing anything.
Yeah.
I just don't know what power the PGA has to enforce this. If guys want to go play and still play their tournament events,
they can make it very hard on guys if you go and play these LIV without the sanctioning of the PGA. If they don't give you that waiver, then they can deny you from playing in the Masters and the PGA Championship and the American Open. The Open, all of these American Masters, they can prohibit you from being a part of it because you declined to play for the PGA.
My question is, do they want to go down that road?
Well, that was my next point, but Hefty Lefty says, Greg Norman said they're going to take the PGA Tour to court because it violates antitrust and anti-competitive laws.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you've not heard the last of this, but right now, at least, PGA Tour is trying to flex the muscles on the guys who want to go to the Saudi tournament. It's all about money, really.
Yep.
It's all
when it comes down to it. Yep.
Spin the wheel, Randy. So remember when Mike Tyson was on that plane and that guy who's probably on shrooms or something is like trying to get all chatty and huggy and, annoying and basically annoyed Mike Tyson into turning around in his seat and beating the living bejesus out of him, punching him repeatedly like a out of control windmill. And the guy was lucky he didn't get seriously hurt. I guarantee you Tyson was not hitting him with his anywhere near his full force. He was punching that kid like, like you play around with a child, it wasn't
and also
serious.
He had to reach over a seat to hit him. I guarantee you if he was standing directly in front of Mike, guy wouldn't be awake right now.
No, I don't know. I don't think Mike Tyson wanted to hurt him. Mike Tyson wanted to make him stop bothering him. And he wasn't getting any relief from anyone else on the plane. There wasn't a lot of people on the plane yet, but there's a guy videotaping him from another seat. And now the word has come out. He will not be charged in that incident of him beating on that passenger. And they've decided that the conduct of the victim leading up to the incident and the interaction between Tyson and the victim, as well as the requests of both the victim and Mike Tyson, no charges will be filed. That doesn't stop this kid from suddenly turning around and suing Mike Tyson in a civil court. But here's the thing. He should not do so. Why? Because the video almost makes me think if this kid takes Mike Tyson to court for this, that they'll see the video and then award Mike Tyson some sort of money from this kid for being an idiot and even trying to bring this to a court. Because if you watch the video, you see everything you need to see.
He instigates it from the beginning. I mean, like he's poking at him. He's in an
altered state for sure.
Yeah. I just don't know that you've got any legs to stand on. The only way that you do is if Mike Tyson just attacked you for no reason, which the video doesn't show that. The video shows that there are plenty of reasons for you to get punched in the face.
Count yourself lucky that you walked away with just a little bit of blood on your face. You will live to be annoying another day. If you'd have done that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 5 years, I don't know. There is a point of time where the niceness of Mike Tyson would not have kicked in. And
he's a different person now that he's older and
he's done time.
He's gone through many life experiences. And
he'll do time again.
He's a much more thoughtful person now than he used to be. You caught Mike Tyson in the 1990s. That could have been a murder. I mean,
he'll punch the crap out of you and rape you. I mean, that's the kind of things he used to do back then,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Just needed, maybe people need a reminder of who Mike Tyson was. Spin the wheel, Randy. So, Chris Long, Howie Long's kid, he's retired from the game of football, one of the all-time greats, but he is a Bubba. I'll tell you what, Chris Long is a Bubba. And so he's on somebody's podcast, video show, whatever it is. And he's sitting there and they're talking. Everybody's having a yuck fest. And he's just minding his business. So he grabs his can, his energy drink, takes a big old swig from it. And he's like, okay, I don't know if you, Randy used to chew tobacco, right? You used to chew tobacco. And you'd have your drink and your spit can. Well, he accidentally grabbed the spit can.
No!
Oh, God. Thinking it was his water can and got a mouthful of spit and chewed tobacco.
Oh. No!
Oh. He immediately realizes he has made a horrible mistake. And he's like, you see him looking around for something to spit in or do whatever. And then all of a sudden he's just kind of look on his face. And they're like, what happened? And they start realizing what happened. And are you going to throw up? And he just gets up and walks off the set. So, yes.
That's a lot of control for him to choose the place that is happening. Because, I mean, if you even catch a whiff of something that's in a spittoon, you'll blow chunks.
Here's another part of that. They were not sure it was his.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Enjoy your dinner, everybody.
That is more self-control than I have.
Whichever way it went, he actually held a straight face, kept his composure, got off the set, took care of business. Great poker face on Howie Long's kid, that's for sure. All right, guys, that's it. It's all the time we have. Enjoy the basketball games tonight. We'll be back in your radio again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and always check what you're drinking. I think that's what you need to learn here. Always check.
Definitely. Yeah.
Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual fire